Oh, I like your cam like that. Teaser tag. What's up, everybody?
Which was about.
And then to my right, who's this guy? Is this your mom's favorite chef? Is that a possibility?
Dad's favorite chef. It's mom's favorite chef. Number one in your mom's heart.
Debbie's cutting out? Yeah. Audio issues. When don't we have audio issues? That's the joy of the podcast.
I'm sorry, guys. I wish I could do better than that, but unfortunately I can't. I do want to welcome some people that I did see in. I do see Baby Bunny, Keezion, Shove It, Max Main, which, hi, doll, how are you, my love? Baby Bunny. I'm not sure if I saw anybody else, but if I missed you guys, please type again in the chat so that we can welcome you guys here. Thank you so much for having your notifications on and being here when we did start the podcast. We do want to apologize first off for having it late tonight. Unfortunately, we were having some technical difficulties, not only with Just Chef, but we were having, Taser was having some problems. I never have problems.
It's true.
I'm perfect. But
it's remember, key, cell phone.
Podcast starting late, but we are happy to see you guys. How is everybody's day going? Hi, dear.
Once in a while, we get names right. This is why we let Debbie talk first.
What did I say? Did I say Keezion?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I knew that.
She gets stuff right. Yeah, Debbie win. Debbie won.
Debbie for the dub. Debbie for the dub.
Actually, my husband just got a Monster tonight. Like, he was like, "Oh, I'm tired." I was like, "Well, then go to sleep. It's late at night." He's like, "No, I'm just gonna get an energy drink." And I was like, "Oh, what's wrong with you?"
Energy drink at 10:40. That boy.
Yeah.
So we do have a little bit of a change up. We do have Jeff here with us tonight. So I do want to welcome Jeff back. He was on our second podcast, so he will be hosting with us tonight, and hopefully for some more future ones as well.
Hello, hello.
The first topic that we did want to go into was Modern Warfare Call of Duty. I know everybody's been really excited. They've been playing it a lot. I've been playing it a lot. It's kind of matched itself with Apex, if not become better than Apex. It's all personal opinion when it They did have a recent update that dropped today. So Modern Warfare, it was Modern Warfare 2. The game came out 2009 is when the game came out. They remastered the game. They didn't tell. Kind of threw it on every. It's the remastered version. $20 in the only available players right now. So no, it is PlayStation 4. It will be coming out to PC and Xbox in. Let me see what's the date. It was April 30th. So for now, if you are on PlayStation, you'll get to buy the remastered version and get to play it. It is only the story mode section, so it's not multiplayer or anything like that. It's just the campaign mode is what you'll get to play. They did high definition visuals as well as audio improvements for the storyline. They added a bundle that comes, not only do you get the game with the bundle when you buy it you can actually buy it in Call of Duty Store, I saw it today. But you will also, in that bundle, you're going to get an exclusive Call of Duty Ghost skin for one of the characters. It's going to be a legendary skin along with an AR gun skin, as well as a handgun skin. Those are both going to be legendary. You will receive a free dive charm, which is like a little like flapper foot thing.
Flapper foot.
That you
It's
do
official
like
word.
Do that again. One more time.
Flippers. Some flippers.
It's like the scuba diving little foot thingy that
the
you
flappers. The flappers.
Yeah. So you're gonna get one of those. It also comes with a belly flop finishing move. I have not seen that move.
Welcome to it, man.
But it will be a finishing move that's added to that character. You're also gonna get a ghost quip, which he says, "Stay frosty, yeah," which he has in this like very gruff voice. And
stay thirsty, my friend.
And a calling card along with an emblem and 2 tier skips on the battle pass. So not only do you get a campaign mode, you get like 10 items along with it. So I think that's a pretty fair price for only $20. So you are able to do it today, but only on PlayStation 4 is when it'll be available.
The God system.
What's up?
That's a God system.
The only best one in the.
Call of Duty has always been really focused around. Actually, when it's been the hottest and the best is on PS4. So I can understand why they're going to release it for PS4 first and make PC and Xbox wait, because I prefer that, since we kind of get some more love, and I'm a PlayStation player, we get more love. So I definitely enjoy it. Oh, Blue! Hi, how are you? Welcome, Blue. Toolman, welcome. Is dying, hence the player base moving to COD. As soon as something better comes out, people will move. That is true, Kazion. Everybody's been really
Let's be
enjoying COD
realistic.
because it's new coming, which they've talked about new things coming out. They've already talked about increasing their in Warzone, increasing the lobbies from 150 to 200 players, and all teams of 4 and teams of 5 in the game. So they're bringing up a lot of changes and a lot of new things that people have been asking for, and they're listening to a lot of people, which is pretty awesome.
I'm messing with things, so bear with me.
So
I'm rolling with the punches here, okay?
Not once ever. As an center in
I'm
ever.
so sorry, Tool. Socks, hi, welcome. I unfortunately, guys, I am on my cell phone. I don't have any.
And also, Skype, you got to realize Skype's overloaded right now because everything going on. So some of the quality might not be my fault, for once.
Dang. If you guys do have Evolving Warzone or even the multiplayer of Call of Duty, right? Take ask in the some moments that you guys have had playing that game, because I know I have a lot of this happening when it comes to warfare. But it is extremely fun. So like I said, if you guys have any
Cell phone
questions
hype.
about
Hype,
the
hype, hype,
bundle
hype.
that's come out or anything else like that, ask us in the chat. We can definitely answer that as well. I played Apex since day one and trained hard on it, but I'm trying to move on. Gonna play Valorant, and also bought Escape from Tarkov today. I've heard everybody tells me Tarkov is boring.
Yeah.
But then, like, I get those few people who tell me that it's fun.
I mean, I tried to play Call of Duty and I still don't know what it looks like to win. Somebody will have to tell me about it someday.
You've never won a game yet, Taylor?
I haven't. I still don't have a win.
This is what
I
don't
don't
with
either.
me. I always win all my games. I am a
Oh my.
goddess.
Oh.
Oh my.
Here-
Here we go.
Let me throw up. Where am I gonna throw up? I don't have anything.
This is what this podcast has turned into. Podcast just turned into Debbie just talking about her gaming achievements over here. Jesus.
Can we bring up some? We need some clips of her failing.
Taser Chef, did you guys have any you'd like to say about your experiences with Call of Duty or anything else that you've seen or noticed?
Yeah,
Sure.
absolutely. I absolutely love dropping in with to a big ass map with a bunch of people, running around for 15 minutes and not killing anybody, then getting sniped from a camper instead of a bush or something. I love the game so much.
We can hear it.
That was how thank you.
I mean, if you look up
That's
if you go
basically
to YouTube and you look for parachute fails, that'd be pretty much my clips. That explains my interaction with the game. Just non-stop parachute fails. I'm sure I'm one of them in the clips.
I think
it's a lot of fun.
dropping is past one of the harder things in this game compared to the last games. I know if you guys ever played Blackout for the Black Ops 4 that came out, parachuting and dropping down was difficult at first. You know, you had to drop down to a certain speed, got to about 50 to 60 in your speed. You fly back up, and then you're able to cross the entire map. So that was like the key there. But here, the key is when you're flying is constantly hitting X and R3. Wait, I don't know if I have the same button layout. But basically getting your parachute out and then cutting your parachute and then doing that constantly will get you across the map very slowly. Very boring. Just drop on the ground and send it. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. The other thing that really messed me up when they did the update, they changed some of the button layouts, so my default button layout wasn't the same when I started playing back up after the big update, and it totally messed up everything. I was like, where's my buttons? I'm trying to ping stuff, it's just not working. I'm trying to punch, not working, cut my shoe. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. Because I think they added the pinging system, they changed it up a bit. Like the default, they gave you an option to use a different button to ping, and I don't know what it was. I got used to the one they had set, and it messed up everything.
Yeah, when I first started playing, I remember I played with a friend of mine, and I went to ping something for him, and instead I threw a grenade at him because I'm so used to Apex and almost killed him.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, the game is fun. Being an Apex player, I think one
Hello,
of the biggest
zombie.
things that you really um, it's just a totally different dynamics. I guess it's just like any game. But I figured out once I go and I play Call of Duty, I go back to Apex and I'm super trash, and then I play Apex a lot and I go back to Call of Duty and I'm super trash.
Yeah.
Well, do you
So
guys think
I'm just
adding
Call of
teams
Duty
of
is
four?
just too much.
Well, do you guys think adding teams of four and teams of five will make the game more fun or more easier to play if you have more
I
members
mean,
on your team? Do you think that
that
would
doesn't
balance it
change the
out?
gameplay to me, because they're adding 200 people to the map. So, I mean, you're just running into more people. I don't think it changes the dynamics. It's just when you're going from a game like Apex, where you get used to the movement, you get used to everything, and then you're going into Call of Duty. It's a different game. So it's
It's
like
true.
learning a new. It's a different style too. Apex, it's like push, push, push. Where COD, you have to be strategic. Like you're like, oh, I need to go in these buildings. I can't just run through the open field and phase out. Like I have to go into these buildings to get cover, and then just there's certain things that I struggle with. Is you go from outside to inside. You have the color change, the contrast for night. You know, when you're walking in a building, it takes a minute to your eyes to adjust. I've walked into so many and just full squad, and noise, the freaking sound. I don't know what it is about video games. They just give up on sound. They're like, we got the video quality. We
100%.
think this is a good map. This is great. But somebody just walked up and tickled your taint and you didn't hear it. Like there's no
Agreed.
noise. No noise.
The
No,
noise can definitely be
100%,
improved.
and that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I liked compared to Apex, because most of us here, we all played Apex a lot. We're big on Apex, especially as a community. And COD is something new that is being brought in. One of the things I liked compared to those is the looting system not the looting system, the actual backpack system for COD compared to Apex. So COD has slots specifically that you can use for each thing. So, for example, in Call of Duty, you've got the backpack system with the armor as you've got the armor that has its own special
It's
spot.
got
Is that
stats.
beefy? Is
um,
that beefy, man?
yeah, you need some snacks. Um,
Was
but
that
you've got that,
beats?
and then you've also got your ammo. You don't have to like in Apex. You have to really like strategize where you want your loot to go in your backpack. You know, you have to come up with those strategies. Compared to Call of Duty, they already have the looting system completely decked out for you. You don't have to worry about, oh, I have to drop some of my heavy ammo to make sure I have the light ammo. You automatically already have your AR ammo in its slot that is guaranteed for you to have that much ammo all the time.
Yeah.
So I kind of wish, Apex is of course a little bit different, but I like that aspect when it comes to the backpack system is always having somewhere to put it and not having to worry about dropping something else, like sacrificing something else to carry something else.
Yeah, I agree. I like the healing system. I like the fact that you don't need health. I'll say that every time. I like that you only need the shield plates in COD. I like a lot of the dynamics. If they could fix the sound, I'd probably be more apt to just go because I like being able to hear where like what's going on around me. Because one of the big things I know you guys don't like Fortnite, so get your puking out. But one of the big things I like
Gross.
about one thing I like about Fortnite is that you have the option to visualize your sounds. So you can see
True.
where gunfire is, you can see where footsteps are if you can't hear it. So I like that. I like that option. I wish
Yeah,
it was more used
Agreed.
in other systems.
100%.
And
Yeah,
in
because I
regards to,
really think. Sorry, I really think, like I said, the system. The only thing I really don't like about COD is you can hear gunfire. You go
I'm
outside
ready.
thinking it's
I'm
right
ready.
outside, and it's fucking a
It's
mile. I
nearest
fucking hate
gunfire
that.
near you is a red dot. If it does not have a
Die
red
along with the
dot,
biddies.
it's probably like 5 times.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they do need to fix that one. I don't know. I've been having a lot of fun with it, but they're again, like I said, they did have a problem that everybody was complaining about initially, which was when you down a teammate or down an enemy, and somebody else takes that kill and finishes that guy, they get the kill compared to you, which makes sense. In a Call of Duty has always been about doing things, trying to make things like real life in a sense. So it's
Whoa.
you shoot
Raging
the
with
guy in
10
the knee, and
gifted
somebody
subs.
that they're killed. Shit! Oh my god, who just did that?
That was Raging Demise. The 10 gifted subs.
Dude,
You're a legend.
much for that. That's amazing.
Let's see, we got Cougar, we got Nerf Hacks, John the Don, Drusiv,
Thank you, Raging. I
KZ,
appreciate this 10 gifted
Right
subs.
here.
Liddy Debbie. Liddy Debbie got the sub, nice. Baby Bunny, Toolman, Letter Kenny Boy, Crazy Joker J.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for that, Raging. We do appreciate you and everything that you do and
Absolutely.
your support. Thank you, thank you. If you did just get a sub, don't be afraid to use. Do we have emotes? Wait, do
We only have the Hype Squad right now. We only have the ones. Well, we probably have more slots now, but that's the only one we have made right now is the 6-4 Hype Squad.
And then we can get in that 6-4 emote that we have.
Whoa! With the
but-
5,000 biddies. Raging, what is
Oh my
going
gosh.
on?
Holy shit.
Freaking legend.
You are,
You are insane.
you are a fucking much.
Holy crap.
Awesome. For that support.
How do you stop a podcast? He figured it out.
But if we go just a little bit back on topic, I forgot what I was talking about actually.
So, we were just wow. See, I don't even know
We
where
were
we were.
talking about Call of Duty, how bad the sound is, and basically, yeah,
People.
it's a part of Apex.
There you go.
So, that was something that people had issues with, was getting downed and having somebody else take your kill. Call of Duty has fixed that. So that is something that they did. They heard everybody's complaints and they went in and they said, you know what, this is what everybody's complaining about. We're going to fix that. If you down somebody and somebody else kills it, that is still your kill. There's no more thirsting to take anybody's kills anymore. You get the kill now. Officially, it is yours.
Oh, that is awesome.
Damn it, that's where I got all my kills from, though.
Oh, nice. Raging with another gifted sub to Max Main.
Oh, my gosh, congratulations, Doll. Thank you so much, Raging. I do appreciate that. You were amazing. He is just to the 6-4 community. That is pretty
That's
awesome.
awesome. Thank you so much.
How do you guys feel about BR? Do you like BR like early Fortnite where you can goof off, or serious like a comp pro scene? I like a middle. So I like to be able to have the time where I can play ranked like an Apex, where I can play sweaty and I can just do nothing but be serious and have something to grind for. But there is times where I do like to just kind of goof around with my friends. So I would have to say I'm a little bit of both when it comes to that sense.
What kind of ranked would you like in Apex? Like the public ranks or the ranked rank?
Wait, what?
I said, what kind of ranked do you like? You know, like the public lobbies in Apex, like that kind of ranked, or the ranked where you actually level up? It was a joke. It's a joke.
I like
Skill-based matchmaking.
that went no.
We noticed.
She didn't get it. at
Your
first.
your
She
your
was
hair
like,
actually your hair flew up when that went over your head.
There's only one ranked. What are you talking about? What about you guys? Do you guys like the more comp scene, or do you guys like to goof off a little more?
See, I like a little. For me, I like a little bit of the both. That was what drew me to Apex. Was that it was nice to have the ranked match, the ranked mode to like if I really wanted to level up and earn something, it was nice to do that. But when you got burned out on ranked, it was nice to go to the public lobbies and just have fun with your friends. That's what Apex was. It's not anymore at all. So it's just to me, the game's ruined for me. That's why I haven't been playing it, and I can't go back to it. It's even with Kings Canyon. I thought, ranked mode in Kings Canyon was going to be something that was going to keep me playing Apex, and just literally I start the PlayStation up some mornings and I'm just like, why? Why do I want to? It's just not. It's not the game it was. They can fix it, but they keep deciding, update after update, not to fix it, and it's a joke.
Well, as Kazion had said, is skill-based matchmaking has become a huge problem because when I go into a casual match, I'm there to sweat. So going into a casual match and going against predators on every squad, like when I see nothing but pred and diamond dive trails in a public match, that's not going to be fun to me because a lot of those people are going to be sweating like crazy. I want to just be able to goof around and play. And that, unfortunately, is something that COD has too. COD has skill-based matchmaking as well. So it does get a little bit harder when you're just trying to have fun and you're going against people like you would be in ranked. It's
And
just not fun at all.
and my issue with Kings Canyon, just to highlight that again, I was in silver lobbies, and there's 3 trails on a team in a silver lobby. That makes no sense. I understand they're past predators, but you're still skill based at that level if you're dropping with a pred trail. If you have
Right.
3 of them on a team, something like, how does that happen? How am I in a silver lobby with predators? So yeah, that's one frustrating thing as well. Because the ranked is definitely, to me, has gotten harder to level up. Plat lobbies weren't too bad. I got to gold the first part of the season, and I felt like I was playing diamond lobbies. It was just it's just getting more and more ridiculous, and just I don't know, it's losing the fun.
It's been harder for me to get out of gold because I've had nothing but creds and diamonds and everybody else that I can think of on going against me in those lobbies. Like, I'm in gold, which the first season it was really easy to get to diamond. I got to diamond in like 3 days.
Yeah.
The second season I was able to get to diamond in about a week or 2. It wasn't as hard. This season I have yet to get to diamond because I'm constantly facing off against predators. Like, the highest I got this season before the split was plat 2. And I was in lobbies still with predators who couldn't make it out of platinum, who started that way, and they couldn't make it out of there because it's just so hard to get out of something when all of it is predators and diamonds that are just stuck in that same section. Like, nobody's able to grow anywhere. And I think that's the hardest part is when you're trying to get out of sections like that. I know Cashew, she got to diamond today, which was a diamond chef. I think she got to diamond.
No, she got the plat. Yeah.
But she's been trying to get to plat since the beginning. Like, it's the beginning of the season. Like, she's been working really hard to get
I'm
to
pretty
it.
sure she did get to plat at the beginning, before the split. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she did before the
She got
split.
the plat before the split.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't play with her at all when she was plat during this season. So before, I just remember how hard she was working just to get to it. But it's harder because she was just dealing with, 1, not being able to find a full squad. And then 2, when she does have a full squad, you're going against people who are, like, essentially pros, who are really good at this game. And they do stuff like this all the time. It's hard.
And what was your input, Chef, on the Battle Royale thing? The questions, just because we skipped them there.
I'm sorry.
You're good. The biggest thing for me, especially when you're going talking about ranked, is a lot of people have difficulties ranking up, but a lot of that is not having a full squad. A lot of that is solo queuing, which is, if you get to plat or diamond by solo queuing, you're fucking goated, because that shit is hard. The biggest thing is you really need to have a team. Communication is key. The discipline to know when to push, when not to push, when to pull out of fights. Super key. And if you're playing with people who are just pub stompers, it's really, really hard, because they're in the mentality of push every fight. In ranked, you can't, and that's one of the biggest things. In ranked, if you're not within 2 seconds of your teammate, you're too far, because and up on by a lot of goated breads, and they're gonna demolish you, essentially. As for the whole battle royale thing, I literally played 1 game of Fortnite and turned it off immediately. It's fucking terrible. Blackout, I played a couple games, didn't like it. Just wasn't my cup of tea. Apex is probably the real first BR that I played that I fell in love with, and it's probably because when I first started playing, I was terrible. I would get clapped immediately, and I was never used to that. I was always used to being good at first-person shooters, and when that for me was like, all right, now I want to get good at this game, and then I fucking learned more of the dynamics and what to do and how to push and what the whole game was about.
He watched Balding.
Awesome. I played with Balding. That's how I got better, basically. Honestly.
Balding is a god.
Chef was a god in Kings Canyon days. I remember for a long time he was top 20 Wraith in the world, right?
I was, and that was one of the things. I mean, I played with my brother.
Was the god. He's still a god.
Yep. King Canyon is like he was like King Canyon kind of sucks. And the thing for me is what I don't remember is these guys don't remember. These guys didn't play Kings Canyon, the original Kings Canyon. They don't know what they're supposed to look forward to. They just know World's Edge.
Yeah, I'm a
World's
day
Edge
one
is
player.
a totally different game. It's a totally different game. Before it was, the weapons were totally different. Longbow R99 or longbow prowler was the only setup I ever used. Um, now it's everyone's G7 or single fire. It's people don't understand the what Kings Canyon was before. Kings Canyon before was it was such a great map because it made you it forced all the teams to push in. So it was just a monster fast one fight to one fight to one fight battle. It was push everything, push, 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 and then over. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
was so much fun. Now it's all there's so many more open fields. Rifles a thing now. They didn't have anything like that, in the original Kings Canyon. So now when you bring all those guns and the people who are used to World's Edge and you bring them into ranked Kings Canyon, yeah, the gameplay is going to be different. People are, they're, you know, people forgot how to play Kings Canyon. Now I'm going back to the R400, or R99 Prowler.
Yeah.
You had long snipers or long rifles are not a necessity in Kings Canyon like they are in World's Edge. So it's just the game has evolved so much that when they go back to Kings Canyon, now everybody hates it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's because it's a new play style.
Exactly.
New weapons, the way that they did the systems, they're dropping the backpacks, everything just made a whole change to Kings Canyon. It's not as fun anymore. I
Yeah.
haven't played it much
Killing the
since
longbow.
split. Honestly, longbow was actually my baby back in Kings Canyon. I think them
I don't
adding the
hear about
sniper
it.
ammo and
Fuck, I
splitting
miss it.
off. Yeah, them splitting off from heavy ammo to sniper ammo really redefined when it came to snipers because you don't see as many snipers, and when you do, they don't hit as hard. They don't feel like a sniper anymore. It's like they don't work anymore.
Yeah.
And now you're going into Kings Canyon where it was a map that, like, somebody like myself, I was always had a longbow in my inventory.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to snipe and I was able to do really well with it. But ever since I started Kings Canyon, I haven't used the longbow since. I haven't even touched it.
I was an
When I see it on the
R400.
ground, I leave it. Because there's no point of it anymore. There's so many different things. Like he said, you've got the, what was it, Hemlock?
Mm-hmm.
Hemlock?
It's a better
Fire.
sniper now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I grab it all the time.
And that's the craziest thing. Anybody who ever played with me in Kings Canyon in the beginning knew that it was, if all I needed was a longbow, and I'm good. Longbow, push everything. Yeah.
Yeah. And I
Because I could-
never touched the hemlock back in the day. It wasn't just a
I
gun you
didn't
didn't use. You just didn't use it.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like, I'm
No,
just going to have to get rid of this.
Well, they came
Yeah.
up with the update that buffed the single fire on the Hemlock, and it's the most popular gun aside from the R99 and the Prowler. It's one of the most used guns in the game now, along with the G7 Scout. Like, it's just the same thing. I don't know if you guys remember, but because I've been playing Apex since day one, when the Wingman and the Peacekeeper was the loadout.
Oh, Wingman,
That was
yeah.
the original.
Yeah, before they updated it, they changed it, and they broke it completely. Like, before, the Peacekeeper was so, like, fire that people could not defend against the Peacekeeper because you could one-shot kill somebody in a simple shot. You didn't even need the precision choke in order to kill somebody.
I
But
agree
now,
with
no.
Cougar. I
Peacekeeper
agree with
11,
Cougar, though. The old point system was bad. It was so
I
bad.
actually prefer the old point system compared to this one. I feel like it's harder to keep track of how many points you earn in ranked in order to get to your next spot, like how many games you need.
You want Chef to get excited, just say Skull Piercer.
Oh, bring it back one time, please.
There was no reason for them to take the Skull Piercer out.
No,
There was
it ruined the. Honestly, it ruins the Wingman and it ruined the Longbow.
Yeah, there was no.
It
I don't
really
know why
did.
they did that.
I mean, luckily the
Sure,
Wingman's okay, but still, like, why ruin it? Let that headshot hurt. Let it hurt.
It's supposed to.
Oh,
it's,
man.
it's a headshot.
Well, that's they took it out because people who were fucking gods with the fucking wingman were clacking
Oh, it's two-shot headshot.
You're two-shot head. You're two-shot down, no matter what shield you have.
Yeah.
I mean, don't take it away
And
from the
I get
longbow
it,
now,
but-
though. Like, I get taking it away from the wingman, but don't take it from the longbow.
Or just leave
They
it.
deserve that. Yeah, or
I
just leave it.
always said, when they brought the charge rifle out and they took out the skull piercer, the only gun that would have been able to actually combat the charge rifle would have been a longbow skull piercer. That's the only gun. That's it. You know.
And in
that-
regards to if the community cry about it, they change it. I feel like their mentality is if I cry about the longbow, they get rid of the R99. That's like I feel like that's their knowledge. It's like, oh, this is a problem. This is a problem. Okay, let's put a charge rifle in the game. Okay, well, we don't want this. But why would you do that? That's not the problem. And I feel like that's how they handle things. It's not, let's add something shiny and hope they don't remember this issue.
So the thing that Apex devs, I think they have a problem with is they cater too much to the people who are bad than the people who are actually good. So all of these people who are higher up on the tier levels when it comes to ranked, like that are in like those platinum, diamond, Preds, master ranks, they didn't complain much about the skull piercer. They didn't complain about a lot of these other things, but the lower players did because they didn't know how to defend against it. They didn't understand, they didn't come with each other to decide on, hey, how are we going to fix this? Instead, they just said, nope, sorry, sucks. We're going to go with whatever they say since they're the ones complaining and you guys are the ones that are enjoying it and having fun.
I think the best thing they've done recently is get rid of muzzle flash. I think that's pretty much the best thing I could say that Apex has done. That's the only thing I can think of that was positive lately.
I never had issues with the muzzle flash. I didn't really notice it, to be honest.
I mean, I never really did. People complained about the R99 muzzle flash. Yes, it was bad, but
the only one I ever saw was the L-Star.
Yeah, the L-Star was a big deal, and I had issue with the 9.9, but my aim's trash, so I don't need any little thing to make it a little bit better is great.
You'll blame on anything. I mean, when people say, "Oh, they listen to the community," they don't listen to the community. Debbie is right on one thing: they cater to new players, and they do, because obviously they want the game to keep going and growing and growing. If they just cater to all the original Apex players, the devout fucking originals. New people would come in, play 5 games, get clapped immediately, and just be like, "Fuck this! I'm going back to Fortnite."
But remember, the people they don't listen to are the freeloaders. Remember that? They did call us freeloaders.
When I went to play, I played Fortnite from season 2 all the way to season 5, and then I stopped. And then a couple months ago, I went to play again, which I don't even know what season they're on now. And people were just so good at the game that I was like, nah, uninstall. I'm not playing this anymore. Yeah. Because there is people who already mastered it. So I get where they're coming from when they come up with that, But they've got to listen to us too, those people who have been playing it since day one. They can't just continue to listen to everybody else and not listen to us.
Yeah. It's not going to last. I don't give it much time if they don't make some big decisions.
I mean, there's a lot of decisions that need to be made. There's a lot of things that need to be done. For me, it would be character balance. That fucking Gibby is just too ridiculous. If you get farther into the game, it's not terrible. But I mean, when you land immediately and he has a white shield and you have nothing, and it doesn't matter what fucking gun he has, but if you run into a Gibby early game, it's fucking game over. Like, that guy's fucking absolutely ridiculous.
They nerfed. Do you not remember with this recent patch? They nerfed him. They lowered his shield down by 25.
Oh yeah, by 25. Ooh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Now it's just a blue shield.
Yeah. Now it's just a blue shield I have to put. Now I only have to do 150 damage instead of
And that's if he doesn't have a shield, so it's 175 if he's got a white shield under it.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's just
you should just ban socks.
Ban socks.
Not need a zip.
I mean,
dude, might as well. All they need to do is give you some smoke and give you a fucking a zip, and you don't need to play any other character. You're good.
Yeah. All you need is a zip line, to be honest.
I know that they've had some talk about fixing Lifeline, by making it to where her movement is no longer going to be a drop. It's going to be something that can heal not only her teammates back up their full shields and full health, but it also heals the enemies who are within the radius. It's supposed to also heal them as well, but I don't think that's really going to do much of a change. I think it's going to be nothing but complaining.
Yeah.
Honestly, if they did that, like they have to find a balance to where they remove the reviving aspect when it comes to Gibby. They buffed him for no reason when he was already a pretty good player.
How about you just give Lifeline a dome? Like seriously, just give her a heal dome. That's a little tiny heal dome that covers you while you're reviving. Just make it simple.
They give you a half dome.
Yeah, no, they give you a wall that you can shoot bullets over and under.
They give you like a nice little quality quarter.
If I'm a Lifeline, who my character, when you look at in all the aspects of the characters, and you look at the legends, and it says these people are, your high defense characters. These are your support characters. These are your attack characters. Gibby does not have that plus sign.
Okay, why is Pathfinder a plus sign? Why is Pathfinder a plus sign? And why is
he provides support by giving you survey, which he should really just be similar to Bloodhound, honestly, and that's how he acts. But my thing is he's not primarily focused as a support player. So to be throwing him in there and saying, "Oh, you're going to be able to heal your teammates faster than a Lifeline can pick up her teammates,"
stupid.
Which she literally supports. That's her job. That's her whole entire character design. That just, I think, is ridiculous. He's a defense player. He should just be a shield. He shouldn't be a reviver. He shouldn't be anything else like that besides defense.
If you want to make it like a team sport, his dome should make her revive people faster. If you want to do it that way, it shouldn't just be like instant pickup. Here you go. Slap you on the butt. Keep going.
Slap it on your ass. Fucking go get him, Tiger. Fucking, you're fine.
walk it off. Yeah. Walk it off.
You just got shot in the face with the Kraber.
Walk it off.
Go get him, Tiger. You got it. No problem. Get the fuck out of here. This shit drives me crazy.
I agree with you, Raging. Lifeline is about self-support. Lifeline is considered my main because I have the most kills with her. My best stats are with her, but I don't play her because of my team. I play her for myself. I play her because she's got the fast healing, she's got the dome, she's got, well, not the dome, the makeshift shield, but she's got all these things that you could use for her for a selfish character as a player, and I prefer to play as her.
Mirage.
That's right.
Mirage.
Leave it to Debbie to take this #1 support fucking.
I'm pretty sure. I was like, Mirage is the most selfish player.
Mirage, don't you dare talk about Mirage. That is my.
Tell me I'm wrong. Like, oh, I'm gonna send out a decoy.
He loves the legend. Out of all of the legends, he gets the least love. When was the last time?
That's because his ult is like, okay, oh, you guys are in a fight. Peace out, bitches. He just decoys and runs.
That's how you see. That's how the people in the lower levels play him. But if you're an actual good Mirage, you don't use his ultimate to run away. You use his ultimate to run towards the fight. If you run towards them and you get behind them, they're not expecting that. When they see a Mirage, they're expecting him to run the other way. They're not expecting you to show up behind him and take out the whole squad.
Is it weird that every time I use Mirage and try to do what she just said, I end up in the Bukkake Fest? Like they're like, oh, you're here.
Just dicks everywhere.
Like, oh, we knew you were coming.
Yeah.
We got our Bloodhound ready for you.
If you're a semi-decent player, and then you see a fucking Mirage fucking go invisible, all you do is you look around, you see a big blur, and you hear footsteps, you're like, oh, there's the fucker right there. Like, come on.
Or you're a Bloodhound, or you have the thermal sight.
They don't pay enough attention to him. They buff everybody else who doesn't need a buff, but they don't buff the people who could actually use one. Like Mirage, you've got him, you've got Crypto, you've got Bloodhound. Like, they just gave Bloodhound a small buff, but it's really not that great. All it does is detect people from 70 years away.
Yeah.
Like, that's really all it does.
It is kind of terrifying, though, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it does suck.
You just see this, you see the tsunami, it's the tsunami wave coming at you. You're like, oh, here it comes.
You know what I mean? And I mean, speaking of nerfs and buffs, they fucking destroyed Wraith, and that's my girl, man. I understand people were super upset about, Wraith. She's a killer. Wraith is a fucking killer. She is. You can. I the way I got good is push into as many squads as I could, shoot as many people as I could until I started getting hurt, and then phase out, and then heal, and then redo it again. But now they
Octane.
made it so that her phase is fucking takes 16 years to fucking do, and then I don't know how many times I've been getting shot. Like, oh, I'm gonna phased out in the middle of my phase, get shot and killed. Like they've just and she takes the fucking was it the 5% damage decrease or 10% is what they gave her some bullshit.
Yeah.
She's it's really shitty. So all those one-on-one fights you would usually win, you know, is non-existent anymore. I'm just tired of getting clapped with Wraith. I feel bad.
Yeah.
She was and I get it. People were super mad because they would get fucking squad wiped by a fucking godly Wraith, and they complained, "I'm never playing this game again." Fucking threw the remote when fucking told their mom to fuck off because they were super mad and shit and wouldn't play Fortnite for the rest of their life. But like,
I mean, I'd rather get murdered by Wraith because she does have that damage increase where she takes more damage. I'd rather get murdered by a Wraith as a whole squad than by a Gibby.
yeah, Key, OG race, baby, OG race. Okay.
Octane, I don't know if Octane necessarily needs a buff, but he was cool, but I just think his whole character design and the whole point of his character doesn't make sense for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't really do much. You take a syringe that makes you lose health, and then it takes forever for that health to rebuild.
Yeah, I think they should buff his regen on the health. I think that should be buffed. I think it should be faster.
It should be a faster regen on health. Like, maybe, not when you're in a fight. Maybe if you're just running and there's nobody around you, maybe your health should be able to regain faster. But I just think he does deserve to get a buff. I think Octane is one that deserves to get something else that's actually useful when it comes to a fight. Because I'm sorry, jumping on a jump pad and running away doesn't help you in any kind of way. Somebody can follow you just as easy as somebody can go through your Wraith portal or go across the zip line that you're flying on. Like, they're just finding ways to make it easier for you to
That's a buff I would like to see to Pathfinder, is that you can cut your zip line. I've always wanted to see that.
See, that's one thing that I think I've always thought Lifeline or Pathfinder needed to do. Like, if you set a zip line somewhere and you don't want other people to get up there, you should be able to fucking destroy it.
Yeah, because you can
and
you can see it a mile away. Like, oh, yep, they're gonna be up there. Like, you should be. The idea of the zip line is to get away and to get to places where people can't get to, and then you just leave this bright yellow zip line for everybody to use, and you can't do anything about it. But you can break everybody else's stuff. You can break Caustic's traps. You can break Watson traps.
Right.
Like, why can't you break the zip line?
Like you had said,
and I mean that's the big thing.
I don't know how many times I've come up and been like, oh, there's a zip line going up to that tower. Hey guys, there's somebody up there. Let's go full squad rush these guys.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing too, is like, if you can't shoot it, you can't blow it up, but if a fucking ship lands on it, it's gone, or the train goes through it, it's gone. It's like, okay, well, I have to leave it on the train tracks if I want it to disappear. Like, or I have to hope the dropship comes here, so the zip line disappears. It's stupid.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, I understand. Like, we're still talking about the Buster thing, especially with Pathfinder. His hitbox was broken for so goddamn long.
His hitbox is still broken.
I mean, it's not as bad. I mean, it was fucking terrible for so long that really, instead of fixing the hitbox, they just gave him the damage decrease, which to me is what the fuck ever didn't work because he still couldn't hit him. But Pathfinder is probably the most annoying fucking character or legend out of all of them because he could be the last man in the squad. He's one shot, and you're chasing this guy for fucking an hour and a half around this whole damn map, and this dude just zip lines, and he's gone. You cannot. If you go up against a good Pathfinder.
Yeah, the OG Pathfinder was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean,
you could just.
A lot of you have seen Rocket play
Pathfinder.
Exactly. And if anybody knows how to play Pathfinder, it's Rocket. He knows exactly how to, like, if you've seen the plays that he does when it comes to his zip lines and him moving around and getting out of a fight, that man knows what he's doing. So when you got hard.
Exactly,
It's really
especially
hard.
like if you have like Cougar on your team. If he has a Pathfinder, you could be fighting another squad. That Pathfinder's one shot and gone. Cougar's gonna chase that motherfucker for at least 30 minutes, 100%.
It's true.
You're over here like I got another squad pushing it. Cougar's like, oh wait, I'm going after the Pathfinder.
I
Just be
almost got
fucking
him. It's like, where the fuck are you?
2 towns away is where Cougar is. He's 2 fucking towns away chasing that guy. That's
Oh,
Cougar though. But
Rocket
Pathfinder,
the
if you
Loop
go up against
Goblin.
a good Pathfinder, they're super. They're you know there's no catching them. Plain and simple.
So
Those guys are going.
in the mindset of Apex, are we mentioning some scrims?
Yeah, actually, that's what I was gonna say. Actually, is we've been since we brought up Apex and we've kind of been talking about nerfs, buffs, what we would like to see. I know recently we did have our scrims last night, which we did have some problems with our scrims last night. I'm not going to mention what those problems were, but there was a lot of issues, and I do want everybody to know that us as founders and ambassadors, we are all working hard to make these scrims fun for everyone, making these scrims worth everyone being able to be a part of them. So until further notice, we will have scrims. They will be closed until we can figure out what we are going to do. We're trying
Mm,
to have it done by Monday, though. So we're
And
hoping
they
Monday
will.
will come
They
around.
will be done by Monday. They will
Yes,
be
we're
done by Monday.
hoping to.
okay.
Um,
And if
They
you've
will.
noticed, the chats will be closed out to you except for Apex chat, so you have no access to the channels. They're not broken. We know about it. It's something we have to
Um,
readjust things and make
correct.
some changes.
They will be done by Monday. We will have the rules. We are going to be having new rules and regulations, and they will be done by Saturday.
Saturday.
Is Yeah, by Saturday we're going to have those going in. Um, that being said, we do have 2 new ambassadors as well who did help us out. So congratulations to Snow Bunny and it's BJ. Those are 2 new ambassadors that we just got in today.
Welcome.
Um, they are very they're very involved in the scrims. So them coming, they're going to be coming in and helping us out. And we will have new rules and new regulations coming in on Saturday for the scrims. One of the biggest things will be um, toxicity. That's was kind of being a big issue, um, and so we are going to be really implementing a solid zero tolerance for that going on. Um, so especially in the chats, that was kind of the thing. There was a lot of people. There's a lot of things that were just very immature and stuff that was getting sent into the chats that was just, people are here for fun. That's what we're here to do. We're here to have fun, and so you know, I understand, you know, it's competitive and tensions are high a little bit, but we will be implementing new rules, again on Saturday. So wait for those to be posted. Um, what we're going to be trying to do is we are going to try and do set teams. So there will basically be um, a form that we're going to have one team captain. Obviously, he's going to fill it out. This is my squad. They're going to have that submitted, and then we'll have a channel that has all the teams listed. That way, it'll get rid of the I don't have a team or this person left me, that type of stuff. Obviously, if things do come up in the middle of a game, someone has to leave. Um, People who say there's a squad that has 2 people, and then there's a solo somewhere. We're going to put those teams together, and that'll be up to the host of the day, whoever's hosting, to basically make that team and put that together. So it's just going to be an easier way for people to play together, play with people you normally wouldn't play with, and again, just bring the community together.
And like he had said, I understand that tension is high when you're going and you're playing in scrims. People can get upset because the game can be upsetting. One thing that has been an issue and that we really do want to work on is if you have a problem with somebody or there is something that's happened that you didn't agree with or isn't okay, please do not put that in the Discord. Message a founder, message an ambassador, or handle that privately, because putting it in the Discord allows other people to put their voices in, and it creates such a bigger problem than it needs to be. So if you talk to one of us, we will surely get back to you as soon as we are able to. My DMs are always open. So if you ever have a problem
Yeah,
with
they are.
anybody, regardless of the reason, send me a message or send any of the other founders or ambassadors a message. about this is what somebody said while you guys were playing. This is what somebody did. This is, I'm not okay with this. I don't feel comfortable. But please do not put it in, the chats for everybody else to read, because they're going to put their 2 cents in, and they're going to go in and they're going to start even bigger problems. So
And
we're
that's
just asking, don't put that in the chat, please. Just
and
message
that's
one of us.
and that's why you get people that are saying, "Oh, scrims are toxic." That's why that's the first comment I see is that scrims are toxic. Well, they're not. If you've been in the scrims, if you've been playing with a group of people that are playing, I had fun when I played. That you get a couple people that
Mhm.
voice an opinion, and they make it more than one person's opinion when it's not, and then it becomes a problem because people start arguing about the topic where it could have been handled privately, like Debbie said, and it becomes a bigger deal. But if you actually watch the scrims and play, you don't see that. And
Correct.
I know there's been other issues with, like, teabagging and stuff. You could bet your ass if I kill Chef in scrims, I'm gonna teabag his box. It's just gonna happen. If he kills me, he's gonna do the same thing. If I get mad about that, it's stupid for me. I might get mad, but if I hold on to that, I have bigger problems in my life than a video game. So
Yeah.
we have to realize that we're doing this to have fun, to get to know people, and we're playing, at the end of the day, we're playing a game. If I lose the game, I get to play the next one. I'm not out anymore. I'm not
Mhm.
losing money. I'm playing a game with my friends, and maybe next time I'm gonna get better, and I'm gonna kill the person that killed me.
Correct.
If you get if
And
you,
And
we
if you get third party, you get third party. If you died, you die. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
Chef
and
doesn't want to
that's
play with me because he wants to play with other people, that's what happens. People want to play with other people they don't play with. It happens.
yeah, and that's the thing. That's another thing that if people, when it gets competitive, people want to play with people they're used to. Um, so like on Monday, I played with Drew and Cashew. I played with Cashew a lot. Never played with Drew before, and it was honestly probably one of the best times we've had. We had a lot of fun. We were joking around. We had a lot of fun. Um, with the toxicity thing, that's going to be, like I said, we're taking care of that. We understand. We heard a lot of people who were complaining about that. We are going to be implementing, um, like I said, we have a zero tolerance law. So basically, if anybody is being toxic, is in chat who is talking shit about another person, you will be suspended for one scrim, 1 week. If it is something that's going to be keep going and going and going and going, we're going to, ban you from the scrims because you're not going to play with us. If you're going to come in there and be toxic towards people, that's not what we want. We want people
And
who are just going to come in there and have fun, and that's it.
and to
now
define toxic in that, toxic is not teabagging a team. If you take that personal, you should not be taking that personal. If you get teabagged, it's freaking teabagging. Like, you need to take that and move on. We're talking about saying in your maybe in on a live stream or to other people, I hate Debbie. Debbie sucks. She's the worst person in the world. It's personally attacking somebody. That's toxic.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're
right.
Mm-hmm.
talking about.
And
To clarify.
we're not expecting you guys to all like each other. We're not expecting everybody to be best friends, everybody even to be friends. There's gonna be people that you don't like, people that you can't stand. But this Discord, we do want to keep things a little bit professional. So whether
Mm-hmm.
you dislike somebody or you have issues in the past with that person, don't let that make you not want to play. Don't let that get in the way of you and your squad having fun.
Yeah,
Because
they
I can
never.
tell you the worst thing on your team is somebody who is doing nothing but sulking and talking crap about another person just because they don't like them and have their own personal reasons. If you just simply say, in your head, you're like, I don't really like that person, but you know what? This scrims is fun. This scrims is for a team. This scrims is for the community. I'm gonna let this go for now and not bother with that person. You don't even have to acknowledge them. You can simply just not say anything to them. But just keep things to yourself and just worry about having fun. Worry about having fun with your team, having fun with the people you are playing with the other people who are trying to participate. Because nothing is more fun than just being around the people that you care about and the people that you have around you who are just trying to have the same amount of fun in the same amount of time as you.
Right.
So that ties into the whole toxicity thing. Just because you don't like somebody doesn't mean you need to bring it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, don't take things so personal. I mean, you know, things
Yeah.
happen in people's lives. Shit comes up,
And
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 just have fun.
and in regards to spitting the truth, Cougar, the truth is always appreciated. However, sometimes you don't want to spit the truth over the loudspeaker at the high school. Sometimes you want to take somebody off to the side and tell them how it is.
Right.
That's where
Which
we're trying to keep. That's how we're trying to word things here. Is that it's
And
okay
you
to
know,
it's okay to be mad. It's okay to be honest. Just it's not okay to say
bring up
something
people.
about somebody in front of 700 people. It's
there's a
okay to
time
say
and a
something
place.
about
There's a
somebody
time and a
to
place
their
for everything.
face.
And
Correct.
like
There's time
I've
and a
dealt with
place.
these issues before. Like I said, I'm always open to have these discussions, to talk with people, to bring it into it, because I am a very strict person when it comes to the toxicity in the Discord. I'm not going to be a person who's going to let that fly. I'm not going to let that affect other people's days, the way people are feeling about themselves. You may just start an argument about something simple as
Raging with the biddies.
scrims, but it's going to turn into, you don't know what that
Take
person
over.
is going through. They might, they might be, saying something and mean it as a joke, and you took it seriously, and then now you start an issue in the Discord in the comments, and it's become this big problem instead of actually talking to that person or talking to a founder and saying, hey, Chef told me that my mom sucks at cooking and that he's better than me. I take offense to that. My mom's a great cook. If you tell us that, we can go to Chef and be like, this is something that you said. It hurt somebody personally. Can you just be more mindful? And Chef, being Chef, is going to say, I understand and I apologize for that. That's not was my intention. I'm just trying to have some fun, make some jokes.
And
And that's how it ends up being.
first off, Chef already knows my mom's a good cook. Say what? Wait, how does he know?
I taught her everything she knows.
I had to bring that up. It had to come out.
Rachel, thank you so much for those 100 biddies. Thank you. But as I was saying, these are the things, there's so much more that comes into the things that we don't want to see, the things that, the rules, which Chef has stated we will see them coming in on Saturday. You guys will see the new set of rules that are coming out for the scrims. We want to make this fun for everybody. So come this Saturday, look in the announcements. There will be a section for Apex Scrims rules for everybody to follow, so don't hesitate. Also, if you'd like to participate in the scrims and you are in the Discord, if you just go to the rules section, there is a little reaction that you can click. It will notify you of anything to do with the scrims. So when we have one of our ambassadors who are hosting the scrims, they will use that when scrims are starting. They will use that for anything to do with scrims, and it will become a role that is on you that you can use. So that is something that we have implemented that'll make it easier for you to get your notifications, because I know some people who don't play scrims have been getting notifications for scrims when they're not participating. So we found a way to help that. But let's try to move away from the scrims, because I know that, it is something that we are still currently working on. It is not set in stone yet, but we do have a lot of ideas. If you have any suggestions, anything you'd like to see when it comes to scrims, don't hesitate to message us. You can message us directly if you'd like to ask us anonymously or suggest it anonymously. We do have the podcast questions that you can go to, and you can ask us a question anonymously, give us a suggestion about scrims you'd like to see, and we will definitely incorporate that or look over it as a team and decide if that's something that we want to move forward with. But we can move on to something. We have a really wonderful announcement that we would like to make. Chef would like to make that announcement, so if you want to take it away, Chef, that would be great.
That is right. So, big thing that we wanted to do. We are going to be putting on a kind of last minute tournament, Apex tournament. It will be on Friday with the help of Raging Demise. Me and him are going to be putting on a tournament this Friday. It's going to be an Apex tournament bracket style. If you guys have ever played a bracket style, it's a lot of fun. We figured we have a lot of time on our hands. It's we want to try to get at least 10 to 20 teams. I will be posting an announcement after the podcast and getting everything going. If you guys would like to sign up, I will be posting the link tonight or tomorrow morning. What we're going to be doing is first, second, and third, thanks to Raging, is first place will be everybody in the team will get to choose one piece of merch, and that will be the winning prize. Second prize, I think second team is going to be getting hats or t-shirts, and then third will be getting hats. So it'll be a lot of fun. Just something for the community, something to do. We are also talking about doing some other tournaments. I know a lot of people were talking. We do a lot of Apex tournaments. We do. We're an Apex community. but we are going to also be trying to do a COD tournament as well. But yeah, so we're going to be doing a super fun tournament on Friday. So if you guys would like to join that, that'd be awesome. Again, I will be having the link up today or tonight or tomorrow morning. So we'll let you guys know. But yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
And the tournament is free to enter, from my understanding. Is it's free to enter, and you do get a prize, which is the, was it the T-shirts? Is what you said, Jeff?
No, first place will be getting. First place will be any merch, whatever they want from the merch shop. Each player from the team will be able to pick out whatever they want. Second place will be T-shirts. Third place will be hats.
That is awesome.
So it'll be a double elimination bracket style, which basically means, we're going to have bracket A, bracket B. Two teams from bracket A are going to face off each other in 3 games, and it's going to be basically kill race style scoring. Each kill will be 1 point, a win will be 5 points. The team with the most wins, or with the most points after those 3 games, moves on. And yeah, so it'll be a lot of fun.
Now, I know that for this specific tournament that you're having, you said it's going to be this Friday. For those of you that are not going to be participating, because I know some people may have some things to do on Friday, we will be hosting the tournament on this channel. And I know that, Chef, you said you wanted to be one of the hosts for this amazing tournament that you were bringing up, which I know everybody's excited about. And as you guys see, has amazing personality. I mean, why wouldn't you want to see that sexy
That's
face
true.
all over? Like, come on. So he will be one of the hosts that is going to be on it. So if you guys want to help out, if anybody does not want to participate in the tournament, but you would like to assist with moderating the tournament, which would mean going into those people's streams who are streaming the tournament and just helping them keep track of their scores, something like that, message one of us founders and we will see if there's this spot that we can put you in so you can assist with it. Because I know that a lot of people, they don't want to participate, but they want to be hands-on. They still want to be around. So don't hesitate.
And we always need the help, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I know the last tournament, it was mainly me and Cashew who were kind of trying to get into everybody's streams to check up on them and just make sure everything was going out smoothly. So having more people to help out with that is going to be great. And I do want to thank you and Raging for willing to sponsor this tournament with the prizes and everything. So
yeah, and
thank you guys for that.
Even sitting in a chat for somebody that's in the tournament just to moderate and help them out with their chat and moderate what's going on gameplay wise is that's helpful too. Because then you can say, hey, this is happening in this chat, or you can help them because they're trying to play, keep their chat active while paying attention to what's going on. So we appreciate that too. So
absolutely, and like I said, big shout out to Raging. Raging came to me and we talked about it. And we were talking about a lot of stuff, and the community was on both of our minds. And we just kind of, like I said, it was kind of a last minute decision. Like, hey, let's do something for the community, something fun, something that's not going to be super serious in the point of the whole money situation. Money does make things complicated. So what we're going to do is just give out merch, have fun, play for merch. But it's also just going to be another way to have some nice friendly competition with everybody, kind of bring everybody together, hopefully. So we will see how it goes. Like I said, I will have it posted up tonight or tomorrow morning, so you can sign up. So everybody, please sign up. Let's get some teams in there and let's have some fun and clap some fucking cheeks.
A lot of the tournaments that we have seen in the past have all been random teams. Is that what we're going to be seeing for this tournament, or will they be able to pick their team? So it'll be randomized, remember?
It'll be randomized tournament.
So
correct.
when you sign up, please sign up by yourself with just you. Since you will be put on a random team, I can say they are very effective. I have played many of our tournaments in the past, and when it comes to the random teams, I've met a lot of people that I have never met before, and I've become really good friends with them.
I have a question.
It is a fun way to meet new people.
Sure.
Plus, you aren't going to have pred stacking like you normally would, or you'd see, where 2 predators could end up on the same team together. You're going to have a mix of different people. So when you do sign up, make sure you just sign up with yourself. It will be in the announcement section once Chef is ready to make that post. So everybody, please sign up. I mean, what is better than a free tournament to enter and you win a prize of your choosing if you get first place? Like, that is, I think that's pretty awesome to be able to just do something for free and get something out of it. So don't hesitate.
So actually 2 questions now. One, are we doing cross-platform? Are we doing Xbox, PlayStation, PC?
That will all depend on the amount of PC players
Because
and
that,
the amount of Xbox players.
because
If we have enough Xbox players and we have enough PC players, I could team them up. Unfortunately, if not, then we cannot.
because some of the issues I've
So
seen in past tournaments is that we've had PC players and Xbox players interested, such as say we'll go with Crispy and Kazion.
Correct.
They if they want
Mhm.
to play, but they might not
100%.
find a squad. What is
So
the
our
then,
plan for
last
that?
tournament that we did, we actually had a team of Xbox players who participated. But one thing that's hard about that is we have a lot of people who do play on other systems, but they don't tell us that they're playing on a different system. So when we were matching up teams, we had 3 people come forward, say they were Xbox players, and then we had a couple people who didn't tell us that they weren't on PlayStation, and we ended up teaming them up with somebody who was
Yep.
people who were PlayStation people, and we had to tell them they couldn't participate because we didn't have a team for them. So please
so the
tell
way
us
that
what system you're on.
so that's actually that goes on to my next thing. So the way we're gonna do that when you guys do sign up, when you go to Challenge, and you put in your name and everything like that, what we want you to do is put in, say, it'd be your mom's favorite chef, and I put PS4. And that way, if you put it next to your name, we can actually physically look at it. Go, oh, boom, Xbox player. Ooh, boom, Xbox player. Okay, cool. I can put these 3 together. Or oh, this guy's a PC, and I have 2 more. Okay, perfect. I have a PC team. We do not, especially bracket style, you do not have to queue up in the same lobby. So it's not one of those things where if you don't queue up in the same lobby, you're gonna have to back out. It's just you're playing a game. You're playing a regular game. We will have asked that everybody queues up in the same server. So obviously, if I'm playing against Taser's team, what I will do is be like, hey, cool. So is Dallas good for you? Cool, Dallas is good for you. Okay, we're queuing up in Dallas, and then that's how you're going to be doing it. You don't have to be in the same game per se, but we do want you to be in the same server.
Which bringing me to, I did have a question for you, Chef, regarding this tournament. So
Cool.
when it comes to deciding, when it comes to who goes on what team, how will you be deciding splitting people up? Because I know a lot of people, they want to know
It'll be a
how do they
randomized
pick
team. So
people.
I do random team generator. You can find them online anywhere. So basically, what I do is I take all the names that are signed up in challenge. I will put it into a random team generator and push a button, and then it will randomly put the teams in there. Obviously, if there's only 3 Xbox players, I will be teaming those guys up together because necessity, and we don't have enough Xbox players. Um, but I do it completely random. I do it completely on our website. It's a random team generator. That's how I do it. I do post it. So we haven't decided the exact time, but I want to do it on Friday night. Obviously, so when people are off work or people are available, what I will do is I'll post them at least 2.5 hours to 3 hours beforehand. That'll give you guys enough time to check up. Um, so I'll post it like 3 hours beforehand, and then 2 hours beforehand will be kind of like okay, everybody make sure everybody checks in. I will have a channel inside of the Discord where everybody will basically be like, boom, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. So we can basically ready up every single person inside or all the people on the teams, and then that'll actually give you guys another hour and a half to practice. Because obviously, if you've never played with somebody, you want to know their play style and stuff like that. That way, we have more than enough time to if this person randomly can't play, all of a sudden,
Also,
I can find another play for him.
also if you can play on 2 different platforms, can you please put that with your name? So if you own an
Correct.
Xbox and a PS4, put
Mm-hmm.
PS4 and Xbox. That way, if we only have 2 Xbox players, we have the option to have a third. So make sure you're putting, if you're PC and PlayStation, put PC and PlayStation. It might make a difference.
Yes, exactly.
One thing that
100%.
I would recommend is if you are going to be signing up for this tournament, please understand that this is a commitment that you have made to sign up. We had a lot of issues with our previous tournaments in the past where people have signed up and there's at least 10, 15 people who just didn't show. Whether they were sleeping or whatever, if you're going to participate, if you know you're going to take a tournament, set an alarm. Make sure you have it ready. Make sure you know
Or
that this
don't or
tournament is
don't
happening.
sign up until you know.
Yeah, don't sign up until you're 100%
Mm-hmm.
sure you're going to be there, because having it to where you get the list and you say, oh my gosh, Taser and Chef are on my team. I have a full squad now. I message Taser and Chef, and I don't get a response from them. Now I'm by myself. And also, he said he was going to be posting the teams at least 2 to 3 hours before the tournament is going to start. So that leads me to believe that you will be closing signups around that time.
Yeah, I'll be closing signups 3 hours beforehand.
Now, are you going to be allowing last minute entries if somebody signs up last minute, and I mean after you've already picked teams?
So what I'm going to be doing, if you do end up signing up after I close down the teams, you will be a sub, basically. And what that basically means is I'm not guaranteeing you a spot to play, but if somebody does not show up, you will be first on the list to go onto that team. So if you do sign up later on, like I said, I will be closing the signups 3 hours before the start of the tournament, which is when I will be basically announcing the teams. If you sign up after that, you will be put on a waiting list / sub squad.
Also,
another
another input on it is that if you don't know if you can make it, when you sign up with your name, why not put that you can sub? Just don't put that you're signing up. Just put that you're subbing. So that way, if somebody doesn't show up, they can put you on a reserve list. That's an opinion. I don't know if you want that. If you're,
I'd rather, if you're not sure and you want to just sign up as a squad, a sub, just don't sign up and then sign up afterwards.
Yeah.
You know, because then that's just going to be more difficult to be like, oh wait, he said sub. So then it's just, if you don't know, just wait until after it closes, and if you find out 2 hours beforehand, oh shit, I can't play, put your name on the sub list, and again, that's a good way to do it. And if you basically, the thing is, it's not a guarantee that you will play, but that's kind of the
and having the multiple platforms, because you have people like I said, like I'm pretty sure PJ and Wicked Mercy and Outlaw both have PS4 and Xbox. So I mean, there's 3 people right there. If they play, they can play either.
Now I know this kind of sounds like we're creating all these roles and these systems, and it'll be a lot easier to understand and to read once we have it all typed out, and you can actually go over it and take the time to use it. But these are just things that we need to do to make sure that this tournament goes well. We don't want to come across any of these unnecessary problems. We want to make sure we have everything covered for you guys when you participate, because that's the most important thing, is you want to be able to come to a tournament that's organized. So us being able to give you guys all of this information is something that's useful, and it'll be a lot easier to understand when you can actually read it and look at it in front of you, which, like Chef said, he will be posting it with either today or tomorrow whenever he has a chance. He will be giving you guys that list of rules, how to sign up, where to go, what you need to do. It will be put out there, so don't hesitate to ask. And if you have any questions while we are still here on this podcast, don't be afraid to ask them in the chat. I know Chef would be more than happy to answer those questions. Anything that we can help with. I know we're not organizing it ourselves, but we're not afraid to ask Chef, or if he has already told us something, we're not afraid to help out either. So don't be afraid to do that.
100%. Oh, Raging, what's the name of the tournament? Oh, so the name of this tournament is Your Mom's Raging Quarantine 2020 Tournament. So we decided that's going to be the name, and it works out perfectly. So it'll be, like I said, it's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be a big thing for us. It's going to be, we want it to be organized for you guys. We're going to make sure you guys have ample time to practice with your team, obviously, because you won't know who you're going to be playing with. So that, that's a big thing for us. We want to make sure that you guys have time to really, get to know the person that you're playing with, and not just going into it blind. So we're going to make sure that you guys have enough time for that, for sure.
And a lot, everything takes practice. We won't ever have anything perfect. So there's always going to be something that happens, whether it's technical difficulties like today. I mean, this is our 5th or 4th podcast, and we have some technical difficulties. So something can always happen. So don't be upset if something happens. We will always work on our best effort to make these things perfect for you guys, the best that we can. But unfortunately, the world is not perfect, so we will do everything that we can for the community and for you guys. And I think this is a wonderful opportunity during this time for everybody to just have fun, get a chance to win a prize, get a chance to come together and meet new people and just have fun during this quarantine and while everybody is at home. If you can participate, please, please, please sign up. You know, you may not win, but you might have won a new friend.
And Casey, yeah, you are the third best Watson in the Discord.
I'm the first, obviously. I don't play her, but I'm the first.
Oh, Dylon, thank you for the sub. Give you a little shouty shout there.
So to promote her, she is Dylon.
We really do appreciate you guys. And we will be looking forward to, after this tournament, we do want to move more towards having other games that you guys want to see. If you guys want to see a game that you know, like I know COD is one of the games we want to try to make some kind of tournament for. But if you guys want to see anything else in the Discord, anything new, don't hesitate to ask us because we will check it out. I know somebody had mentioned our last podcast about a game called Bleeding Edge that just recently came out. My husband has been playing that game, and he says it's extremely fun. But unfortunately, that game is only for Xbox and PC. PS4 did not have access to that because they use Xbox's Origin ID is what they use for it. So, but once we are able to get enough people, if Bleeding Edge starts to become a bigger game, that is a great opportunity to we've already got our head on Bleeding Edge. We know that it's there.
Yeah, so, I'm sure we'll have a COD tourney soon. It's just honestly, it's about finding a host, and it would be nice to have private Warzone servers, so it'd be easier to play against each other instead of having to do a kill race style. But we'll see how it goes.
And like I said, we're still working on it. We primarily made this community. It revolved mostly around Apex. We have a lot of people who play Apex coming in, but we do want to be able to introduce new games.
There are a lot of people playing COD right now.
There as well. And COD, for those of you that don't know, Call of Duty is a free-to-play game. The Call of Duty Warzone or Modern Warfare is not free-to-play, but Call of Duty Modern Warfare Warzone is a free-to-play download. It is a separate download, and you can play it free. You just have to look up Warzone in the store on PC, Xbox, or on PlayStation.
And cross-platform.
So if you guys want, and it's cross-platform, so that'll also be fun for the tournaments. I know some people had I got you, said he was on PC. He would be able to play with PlayStation players. So we do want to look forward to having more tournaments and finding the right way to do a tournament. Since we're always trying to find something new, if you guys have any suggestions, we are always open and welcome to any kind of suggestions for games, things
Real
like
toxic Warzone, it's Call of Duty. It's their battle royale. I don't know if you're being serious or not, so I'm just going to throw it out there.
Would we try to do a tourney for Fortnite because it's cross-platform? No.
Yeah, we don't have enough. We don't have enough interest, honestly, in Fortnite to do a tournament. I mean,
it truly don't.
I think we have like 4 or 5 people that actually play Fortnite at all. So, yeah, it wouldn't work.
Fortnite is one of those where not a lot of people really want to see it.
I figured, but you gotta throw it out there in case somebody doesn't know what Call of Duty is. There are some people that live under rocks.
Because she talks so much, her mouth has to be dry. I know, that's fair. But that being said,
I was born with.
No.
I mean, I don't know. A lot of people don't know my actual name because they call me Debbie, but my real name is Gabrielle. My nickname is Gabby, and Gabby is a term for somebody who talks a lot. So I think I was born
got the gift of gab.
to talk this much.
Yeah. She used to be I am Gabby. Back in the day, I remember that. That was when I met you.
Holy shit, that was you?
That was her, yeah. Mm-hmm.
The I
underscore M underscore Gabby, yeah.
No way.
Wow, Chef, I've known you for this long and you never do. You were
I know you as Licky Debbie.
No matter how many times you cheated on me, you were my soulmate, and this is what you don't even know my name?
And I know it, and you played with her first.
I know your real name.
Cares about me more.
Well, did she know you were I am Gabby? I don't think she did.
I don't know. I don't know if she knew that back in the day.
Well, if you guys don't know, she actually has my name tattooed on her left arm. Everybody?
Yeah, it says right here, as you guys can clearly see, it says your mom's fave chef. However,
property of
his real name, the love of my life, and I am built.
It looks like your piece of candy emo.
Oh, it is my piece of candy, Mom. Dude, that's perfect.
No, it's my grandmother's name, and when she passed away.
Oh, you had to bring it there.
Close
um,
enough.
so,
Property
like I
of.
said, if you guys have any more questions about the tournament, the best person to ask would be Chef himself or even Raging Demise. I know they're working on it
Yep.
together as a collaboration, but mainly Chef. We do have some
Me.
questions that we had posed to the Discord. One of the questions, which involves the podcast. So the exact question, I'll read it to you guys. It says, when will the podcast be about the community and involve the community, and not just founders or ambassadors? When will you bring in actual people from the community and let us learn about them and not the same people always? So that is in reference to us having guests on our show.
Raging hero.
Such
Sorry.
as people who are not in the founders or ambassador community. We actually have already done one of those, which we had Alpha Rooster. He is not a founder and he is also not an ambassador.
Shove it.
We had him come in, and
Well, he's
he
an
was
ambassador.
a guest.
Well,
But
that before? No.
Yeah, we do want to have more people coming into the community, people who are not founders, ambassadors, or anything like that. We will be introducing those. Podcast is new to the 6-4 community, so we're still trying to
Episode
work on
4
and how we're going to be doing them. But we do want to. We've already talked about this as well. Is we do want to bring in people who are just your average Joes in the community. Let us meet some new people. Like anybody could come in. And
let us know when you want to. Let us know what you have, like what you want to do, what you want to bring up, and we'll talk about it. That's the thing. Is like we want to know what you want to bring to the show and what's going on in your lives. People got to volunteer to let us know. Hey, I want to be on the show. That does help.
Right,
I think that'd be a good thing. Come to one of the founders. Come to Taser. Come to Debbie. Come to Cashew. Come to me. Come to Art. Come to Rocket. Let us know. Hey, put my name in the pool. Maybe I would definitely be interested in coming on to the podcast. And that's that would be something that would that would be something. You have to let us know first. That's one of the biggest things. People are like, well, people ask us questions like, man, well, you guys got to come and talk to us first, especially, and same thing. I say this every time the last time I was on the podcast. We want you guys to be more involved. If you guys want to be more involved, come be an ambassador. Come show us what you got. Bring that passion to this community and, do some good with it. If you guys want to be an ambassador, come to one of the founders. Come and talk to us. Come to an ambassador. Ask them how they did it or who to talk to. You guys, closed mouths don't get fed. So if you guys want to be on the show, if you guys want to be an ambassador, come talk to us.
One thing that I do want to say, because this is something that I believe that needs to be said, is we do want you guys all as a community to come on the show, introduce yourselves, who you are, what you're about. But please don't use this as a way to self-promote yourself. Because even as myself and Chef and all of the other founders, ambassadors who have been coming on this show, we're not constantly, saying, oh, go follow us on Twitch, go do this. We're not using this as a sense to promote ourselves. We want to be able to just talk about the new things coming up in the community, the new things coming up in the games that we are playing. We just want a place for everybody to come and talk. So if you are going to be participating in the podcast, we don't want you guys to think that this is a way for yourself to grow itself. We want you to use this as a sense to be bigger in the community. Give us your ideas. Come and say, I have a lot of things I want to talk about. I want to talk about, this in COD, or I want to talk about this in this game that I play. I want to bring up, some suggestions that I think would be good for the community. Let's have a debate about, what we think we could change in the community and how we think it could work out. Stuff like that is what we want to look for. We just don't want you guys to see this. Like, we want to help promote you guys as much as we can. The Discord is all about promoting each other and being there for each other. But we just don't want it to seem like we're trying to pick favorites when we bring people into the chats, into the podcast.
Yeah, I've never once self-promote, but I think to me, one of the big things that Chef told me when I first started out, because he broke me into this world, was that when you go into a chat and somebody shouts you out for being there, it's an honor. You should want to get to that respect with somebody and not say like, hey, pay attention to me. Hey, pay attention to me. It's different when you go into Chef's chat and he goes, yo, this person's here. pay attention to this person. This person's done this. Like that's so much more respectable than coming and saying,
100%.
"Bitch, I'm here," when they can say,
Yeah.
"No, no." They say, "Bitch, look who's here."
Yeah.
That's back to the basics.
Oh, 100%. And that's a lot of people said the same thing. You know, when Taser first started out, and I told him the same thing. Taser's one of the most hungriest people, thirstiest people I know. He really, if you want to talk about somebody who can, recruit a fucking army, this guy can recruit a fucking
An
army in
army.
days.
It's a whole country, not just an army. He could make his
you
whole
know,
country.
when we really, as founders, we decided, okay, this is what we're gonna do. Let's fucking grow this bitch, and we basically fucking let Taser loose. That shit jumped to fucking 100 to like 500 fucking community members in a matter of a week. It was fucking absolutely insane, And it's all one thing I did tell him, and I tell anybody who's gonna start streaming, is you don't have to self promote. You just got to sell yourself. It's a business. That's what you got to look for. That's what streaming is. It's your own business. It's your own platform. Network, 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 network.
And here's one thing I've been noticing because I've been kind of keeping it to myself a little bit here is that we have 700 members in the group. There is 700, at least 700 people in the group. My DMs, I don't get anything. You guys don't say, "Hey, this is my opinion. This is my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
What can we do as a group to grow, to be better? What can we do?" I never get the messages. I have maybe I know Raging's messaged me. I've talked to Outlaw. I've talked to Bobbit. There's people that reach out to me, but there's 700 of us. Why am I not getting 400? I want to hear what you guys have to hear. Like this group isn't me. It's not Chef's group. It's not Debbie's group. It's us. We can't go anywhere. We can't expand. We're never going to be anything if you guys don't make it something. So start talking to us. Start giving us suggestions because we're people too. I go on my day-to-day basis thinking, what can we do differently? What can we do to bring some life into the group? And the answer's with you. I have my ideas and my limits. I have gone through ideas that I know that work, but I have my limit on that. Don't keep your mouth shut. Say something to us so we can start working on it.
So in the whole Discord, like he said, we have over 700 members in this Discord, and if I have my counting in my head correct, which I probably don't, we only have like 7 ambassadors. That is one ambassador, or no, I'm sorry, not ambassador, founders. That is one founder for every 100 people. So we also have our ambassadors, which I believe we're at about 8 or 9 ambassadors total, maybe 10. That's still not a lot of people who if you combine all of us founders, ambassadors, when it comes to our ideas, you're only going to get about like maybe 17, 20 people total who are coming up with these ideas and trying to make the Discord better. But we can't account for all the things that you guys are not saying. The things that you guys are not telling us. There's people who leave the Discord and they say that, they just didn't fix anything. We can't fix anything if you don't tell us there's a problem. And I've gotten a couple messages, like he had said, we do receive maybe 1 or 2 messages from people, but we should be receiving more. People want to see us change, want to see us be better for the Discord and the community, but we wouldn't be anywhere without you guys.
And
so
it sucks.
Without your guys' input, how are we going to be better for you if you don't help us? And that's what we need you guys to help us.
And it sucks for us because, like, for me, I pay attention to the chat. I'm in every single chat, and believe me, I've seen every word you've put in the chats. So I've read it all. It's listen, I dedicate a lot of time to trying to figure out what people are having issues with and try to, see where things are going. If you look at the chat a month ago, we had different people talking that don't say words anymore. In just a month's time. Why is that? Why can't we fix that? Why can't you talk to us and come to us and say, this is what's going on in my life, this is why I'm not being active, or this happened. Instead, I look at the event log and I see this person left. Well, why'd they leave? Why didn't you talk to us? What could we have done differently to change that outcome? Is it personal? That happens. Some people just stop streaming. That's life. That happens. I get that.
Sure.
I'm not going to hold it against anybody, but if I see somebody leave and I can't do something about it, that's a loss to me because I recruited so many people. I spoke to you all.
You did.
I've gotten personal with everybody. I know things about people's lives that they've come to me for. When somebody like that leaves, it hurts because that's a lot of work I put in to find out about you, to help you, and then you just leave. I don't want to see that.
Mhm.
I want to see you talk. I want to see you be able to speak and have an opinion. And if you don't tell me that something's happening, we can't do anything about stuff we don't know.
And
Basically, don't leave because Taser will find you.
Oh, I know. I already know who left. So
Kazion, you mentioned having a pro team or an esports team. That is actually something that as founders and ambassador we are constantly bringing up when it comes to the comp scene. But I mean, if you think about it, we have our scrims. We're still working on how to figure out how to run scrims properly. I don't think we're ready to have a competitive team when it comes to pros or esports. We're just not ready to have something like that yet. We need to figure out working with the Discord, working with scrims, working with tournaments first before we move on to trying to become a pro or competitive team. But I know that our Discord is primarily focused on the people over the
Mhm.
competitive aspect. Then it is that's really where our primary focus is focusing on our community and helping them grow as streamers and as family and as people. That's where our primary focus is. Maybe one day we're going to revisit the pro aspect and the competitive scene. We may one day go there, but at least for the near future, I can't see us going anywhere with
can I get
competitive.
close
Not
to the
until we
camera?
figure out all of our other kinks when it comes to the games first is what we would really need to focus on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in regards to just that, it takes more money than you realize to do anything competitively. I mean, it's fun to say, oh, we can have a competitive team, but what kind of competition are you talking about? Are you talking about online tournaments? Because yeah, they're not too bad. But if you start going into the real esports leagues, I mean, you're talking hotel rooms, you're talking flights, you're talking the economy is not built for that, and we're not built to have an esports team realistically.
We're not.
So it's
I
just
agree
like,
with that, Taser.
so I mean,
Which,
Mm.
like I said,
it's hard
maybe
to do.
one day when we've grown and we've learned from our mistakes and we've moved forward
Ooh.
with a lot of those aspects, maybe one day we'll be able to. I mean, we don't have any kind of manager or any kind of person who handles everything directly. It's all of us who work together to handle things. And usually when it comes to esports team, they have managers, they have social media people, they have people that they have for certain aspects, which we don't. We could if we wanted to, but if we were to focus on that, I think it would lose focus on the Discord itself and the community, because we would have to have a whole separate team in a whole separate area when it comes to the esports
Oh,
part.
and Kazian, have you ever dealt with competitive players? You think
They're
scrims are
fucking dramatic.
You think scrims are toxic? Try dealing
Mhm.
with people that can't, three people that are really good players that hate each other and can't get along, and you're paying them to play in a competition to hope they do well,
Mhm.
and then they do well, and they're like a celebrity, and they want more, they want more, they want more. So it's just something that can be very toxic and take the joy out of what we
That
want.
yeah,
So long,
it's not just
long
about
story short, we're
frustrating.
not saying it's not going to not happen, just not right
Yeah,
now.
no.
Yeah, like I said, is we won't be visiting that in the near future, but maybe in like a year, we might visit it again. But
Yeah.
like I said, our primary focus is working on the scrims aspect that we've had for Apex, working on the tournaments that we were trying to have more tournaments when it comes to the different games, introducing new games to the community, and the biggest part, working on the community itself. So working on the things that we need. And like I said, with everybody else,
Whoa.
we want to get your guys' input. Why did you screenshot, you weirdo?
I pushed the wrong fucking button. I swear to God, it was. I don't know. I tried to.
He was hoping he was trying to get a nostril picture. He's trying to zoom in
No.
on the nostril.
I thought we
No,
were
I
looking
was
at
going.
my nostrils this time.
I was going.
I had to
full
bring it up.
screen, and I was good. I was trying to go
Are
full
you
screen, and
downloading
it looks
anything?
like full screen, and it says take snapshot. So
Yeah, no. What Rocket said is on point. It's a lot of people. There's a lot of managing You know, it basically have to be its own Discord to have a competitive
It would
team.
have to be.
So it's a ton of work
I
that's
don't know
just
about
hard to
Robbie,
do.
but I have the heart to cut people.
Oh,
I,
yeah.
I have the heart to do that.
When it comes to money, if you're not hitting on the point, goodbye. That's just how it is. It's
Right.
competitive. It's competitive in all aspects.
When it comes to
100%.
money, our Discord, we don't really focus on the money aspect. Because we're not trying to make anything. When we do all of our money,
Well, Raging
everything
said.
that comes to that, it goes to our tournaments. It goes back to the community directly. So I'd rather focus on trying to distribute it to our members in the best ways that we possibly can than working on a competitive team.
Which is something we actually really need to work on soon. We need to start getting some giveaways out and some give backs to the community coming
right.
up.
You know, we've definitely reached a point where we can definitely start working on stuff like that. And you guys are going to be seeing a lot of changes because we have a lot of ideas that have come in, and we do want more ideas. We don't want to stop at just what, like I said, there's probably ambassadors and, you know, founders. There's like about 20 of us total, maybe. You know, we don't want just 20 voices. We want 700 voices.
Yeah.
So if you guys can give us anything, you know, even if it's just simply as saying, hey, you know, I think, you know, I saw this and I think that this would be a good idea to do for the Discord, you know, like, oh, you know, you guys should have like a giveaway on like pop quizzes, you know, make people do things about like Apex quizzes or something like that, you know, something, even if it's just something small, give us whatever suggestions you can, you know?
Raging. Raging doesn't know where those donos came from. Not a clue.
Not a clue.
Not an idea. Not one single idea. So
yeah, we've got the money to start focusing on you guys more when it comes to that. And you know, as I have stated this before in the past, all of the money that we do receive from this stream, when it comes to subscribers, when it comes to bits, when it comes to donations, all of that goes directly into the community.
Yeah.
None of us, we're not trying to get paid for this. None of us are getting paid for this. So every penny goes back to you guys. Every penny goes into tournaments. It's going to go into giveaways, merchandise, everything like that for you guys.
Yeah. So fire up the Discord. Get your friends. Get them back active. Put some fuel into people. If you want to be active in the group and an active member, get others active. That's a big thing for pushing this group forward and pushing the 6-4 forward as a group. Is to get everybody fired up. Get the inspiration. If you see the chat slow, if you see people not talking, talk to them. Help us bring the 6-4 to life.
Help you.
Right. When we say talk to them, I don't mean it in calling them out.
Yeah, no.
In any kind of way, because I am a person myself. You guys hear me and you guys see me and you're like, wow, she's very, you know, eccentric. She talks a lot, you know? She's got a personality. But if you see me in the Discord, I'm not commenting in general chat a lot. I don't put my input. You don't, because I comment in where it's truly needed. If I see something, I say something. That's where I am. But I'm not one to have conversations when it comes to typing in the chat. And I have had people come to me and message me and, you know, try to call me out and say, why don't you chat? So don't do it that way. If you want to get somebody's attention, don't make them feel like you're attacking them.
Yeah, give them something. Give them something to talk about.
Right.
That
like,
helps.
You know, if you just go to somebody and you say, you know, hi, you know, I'd like to meet you or something, you know, hey, what games do you play? I'd like to know more about you. You know, something simple like that. Have a conversation with them. Don't let them feel like they're being attacked just because they don't talk.
One of the things that was going pretty well and has pretty much died out has been the Hype Squad, which is sad to me because that was a good means of actually meeting new people that are in the live section that you may not normally get to meet. So, I mean, it sucks seeing that die out, but that's another good way to get to know other active members is to join in on their chats and get to see what they play and, you know, get them involved, let them know what the 6-4 is about.
So with the Hype Squad, actually, that is something that I can suggest and I'm willing to suggest for everybody to hear is I know about the Hype Squad. I know what it does, but I don't know how to get it to work. I don't know how to get it to actually work. So maybe having something that sets, you know, that tells us, you know, like a step-by-step, maybe a pin message that says, you know, if you want Hype Squad to work, this is what you need to do to get it to work.
Yeah,
That's
so there is one. There is one in announcements, but I'd have to unbury it. So basically, If you're talking about Hype Squad in general for like the raid hype, that's a different idea than I'm talking about. The raid hype is a separate thing than the Hype Squad. Just to throw that out there.
The hype
So
squad.
the raid hype,
Hype squad.
the raid hype tags anybody with that role, yes, but I'm talking about a separate entity of it. So the raid hype is basically it's if when you're ready to raid somebody, you put a command. I think it's raid hype in your chat, in your Twitch chat, and it notifies people with the hype squad role that you're about to raid somebody, and then you jump in and hype up the chat for the next person. The hype squad is a group of people that get together and join chats to hype them up. So like say me and Stingaroo get together and we go into chats and throw in emotes and try to be active in the chats. That started out good, but has since been just, me and maybe one or two other people jumping around and getting involved, bringing other people into the community. It would be nice to see more people in there so we can say, hey, we're the 6-4, there's 5 of us in here, what's up? Like have a chat, but it's just, it started out good and it hasn't been there since. I understand there's a lot going on in life, but that's another good way to get the community pumped up. I may throw in some giveaway ideas for people that are gonna start being involved with the Hype Squad. If you're not part of the Hype Squad, it's easy. It's just ! Hype Squad in the Discord. It signs you up for the role. You'll get notified anytime somebody adds the Hype Squad. I think I probably will do a couple of giveaways coming up to get people involved and to go chat in other groups. If I see a lot of people joining me on the regular basis, maybe you'll win something. We'll discuss it. I'm sure I can make that happen.
Right, and you guys may not realize it, and we have talked about it a little bit in the past before, but going to somebody's stream, whether it's 2 people or 200 people who show up, it means a lot to the streamer. It means a lot to have somebody in your chat. There's been people who have told me, there's been days where I'll be streaming and I'll get raids from multiple people, so I have enough to have like a really nice raid, and I will raid somebody in the Discord who only has maybe 1 or 2 viewers, and then all of a sudden they've got 20 people chatting in their chat, and they've said this was going to be their last stream because they didn't feel like they were getting anywhere.
Our first raid from here. Our first podcast raid was one of those instances when we dropped 35 people in one of our members' chats, and they go, I was talking to my significant other about quitting, and just having you guys come in here made me love it, made me consider keeping going. Like they kept going because of the raid. So
and that's what it comes down to.
But that being said, the biggest thing, especially if you're a streamer and you're a new streamer, don't just I've been in so many Discords where it was very hard to get higher up in that Discord, unless you're constantly in a chat because you're sending messages or you're sending out raids. But the biggest thing for people who just join into this like I've seen it so many times, people join in the Discord and they just expect everybody to come to the stream and they're going to blow up. You got to be active. You got to be active chatter. You got to talk to people. Even if it's just going into general chat and saying, "Hey, what's going on? My name is this," and introducing yourself.
Dylon is a really good example of this. When I first met Dylon, he would average, and I'm sorry, I'm going to call you out on this. He would average 0 to 1 viewer when I first met him. No, like he didn't have it. And now he gets on a stream and he's 13 or more viewers every time I see him on. And that's because he takes the time to be in the chats, get to know people. And he does drop bits, but he doesn't go crazy. He just goes in there and just talks to people. And he's everywhere. Everybody's seen Dylon in your chat. If you haven't, that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy if you haven't seen Dylon in your chat. I don't know how that's even possible. So that man puts in some work that you guys don't see, and it pays off.
Emote, then you don't.
Yeah.
So one thing that Raging had said is, don't worry about your viewers. That is actually true. It goes both ways. I know you want to worry about your viewers. The more viewers you have, the more popular you feel like you are. But if you worry so much about how many people are in your stream, you're not really going to be worried about who exactly are those people in your stream. So you're going to be sitting there and you're going to be looking at the numbers and not looking at the people. The numbers, they matter, but they don't matter as much as the people who are always there, the people who are, talk to you. Even if you have just one viewer every stream, that one person can mean, like Dylon had said, one chatter is worth a billion bits. That person is important, and they're there to support you. And that's the biggest thing is, if you want to build your community and you're constantly talking about how you don't have enough people, you don't know enough people, there's not enough people coming in and out of your stream, you're not growing a community. You're growing a number. When more people are going to come to your stream if they feel as though you are going to notice them. If they feel as though you are going to be real with them and you are going to be a person. Because if I've gone to people's streams and I've talked to people that I've been friends with and I'll talk to them, I'll be in the stream all the time, and then all I hear is them complaining about, how many people are following them, how many viewers they have all the time, that they don't have enough, and it turns me off on the stream.
Yeah, and again with Dylon here, I'm praising him again. I've never seen him once complain about how many people are in his chat, but he's always in everybody's chat. So that's a big thing. He gets to know people. He's a good example. If you're struggling, talk to him. He's going to come to you and explain what he does too. And it's helpful. Any of that kind of knowledge that he's gained from just doing this is useful. And that's the same thing. Chef will love to talk to you and sit down and explain what he's done. Chef had his 24 hour chef was the man. So he knows what he's had to do to get to that point, and everybody has that kind of experience, and it's just talk to people. You'll learn it. That's where I got any knowledge I have is just from being in chats and learning from people. I asked Chef 10 million questions and annoyed the shit out of him in his Twitch chats, but you know what? I was there every day. Every day I saw that motherfucker on, I was in his chat.
And you know what? I didn't mind it when people asked me, because it's the same thing I did. Rocket was my mentor. You know what I mean? That's really. I posted when I first started streaming. I posted on Twitter or Facebook, YouTube. Even got banned on YouTube. I'm still banned on YouTube. So fuck you, YouTube. And I was posting everywhere. I wanted to know, how people started streaming and what they did, and I posted on Twitter and literally posted my link, and Rocket came in and was like, "Dude, loved the name." And ever since then, he was always there. We were chatting. I went to another streamer. I went to Liffy's chat or Liffy's stream, and he really helped me out. And sure enough, who was there? Rocket.
I run into Rocket everywhere.
So one thing I could say is I've been a part of many communities before I met the 6'4". I was a part of so many of them, and the reason I left those communities was because I always felt like they were the people who were higher up, whether they were, the big people, the people who are in charge of the Discord, those mods, those admins. I always felt like it was always about me. The biggest, I had one team, that I was a part of. I was part of the streaming team. I felt all cool and stuff, but I still talked to everybody else. And then one day we got an announcement from the guy who was in charge of the entire Discord, and he was complaining about how many members were in the Discord and how little subscribers he had, when he said he should be having more subscribers with how many people he's brought in. And immediately I was like, why? This isn't this. I thought this Discord was about people who were trying to be around each other, people who were trying to grow. So I left because I was like, I don't want to be a part of these communities that are all about themselves. That are all about only the people who matter. And I was just kind of trolling, in the chat, and I found Rocket's stream on Apex when Apex had been out for a few months, and I was like, yo, who's this dude? And I was like, yo, can I play in your chat? First thing he did was kick my box. And we have been friends ever since. They invited me to the Discord before it was the crazy big 6'4" that it is now. They invited me to be a part of the Discord. They forced me to be a founder without my consent. And I have to say, not once have I ever felt, with how long that I have been a member, not once have I ever felt that this was personally for selfish reasons. I've never felt like, people were just coming in here to get their own personal attention.
Shove it with the rate.
That's where it's important to come in, is finding those people who are being selfless and are doing everything to work with you guys, who are always trying to be, as a team and not as, the bigger people up are the only people that matters. And that's how I've always felt with the 6-4, is it's always been a place where I've never had to worry about people just trying to be themselves, just trying to like focus on, you don't see Rocket going into everybody's streams and saying, yo, what's going on? Give me a follow. I kick your box. We're best friends. I'll steal your loot.
And to answer Miss Business's question before it disappears, um, it may not be considered rude to ask questions about streaming in somebody's chat, but you have to gauge the chat. That's a big thing. If you start talking to the streamer and they're not very interactive and they're kind of people, one of the rudest things you can do is say, "Hey, hi, nice to meet you. I'm a streamer. I'm setting up my stream. I'm starting my stream soon." Like those words, you don't want to get there until you've gotten a relationship. So I didn't do that with Chef when I first met him. It was, "Hey, I don't stream, but I'm interested in it. I have these questions," but I never said, "Hey, visit my stream." I never asked for that. I always just said, "Hey, as a streamer, what do you do in this situation?" So I asked more of a question like, "What would you do?" instead of saying, "Hey, I'm a streamer. I want to know what I should do." I say, "What do you do in this situation to answer my questions?"
Exactly. And he brings up a really good point, because even when I was coming in and um, talking to streamers, I would never say, "Hey, I'm a streamer. Come check me out." It was always talk to them. "Oh, what do you use? What's your setup?" You kind of go into questions surrounding that, and then most of the time, if they're really truly interested, they'll be like, "Oh, do you stream?" And
Yeah.
then that opens the door. Like,
Yes.
absolutely, yes, I do. Stuff like that. So self promotion is a very touchy thing.
Yeah.
I have always, like, I'm a person where if I have nothing to do, nobody to play with, I like to find people on Twitch who are streaming on PlayStation. I'll hang out in their chat for maybe an hour, and then I'll ask them if I can play. I'll start playing with them, and I will never ever, even if I'm streaming at that moment, I never go to that person and I never say, like, "Hey, I'm streaming, by the way. Like, did you know that?"
Yeah.
You never do that. Let them ask you. Let the streamer say, "Hey, are you a streamer? Do you stream as well?"
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, if they ask you if you're a streamer and you don't tell them, it gives them a higher sense of respect for you because you're not promoting yourself. I've had people say, "Why didn't you tell me you were a streamer?" And I'm like, "Because I don't want to self-promote on your stream. It's just not fair. I don't want to be that person who forces your viewers to look at me. This stream is about you.
And the problem
is because you're streaming, not because I showed up and want to take everything that you have."
And another problem with self-promoting, even if it's unintentional, the minute you go in there and say, "I'm a streamer," everybody in that chat hates you. I'm sorry. I'm as a viewer, if I was in anybody's chat and I saw somebody jump in and say, "Hey, I stream," I throw up in my mouth. So you've lost all legitimate skill base, and you could be the greatest person I've ever watched game, and I'll never watch you
And I will
because
not
of
come to
of what you said.
And then trying to, I've seen people who try to like avoid that situation of self-promoting, where they say, "Oh, I gotta go. I'm gonna go get myself started up. I'm gonna go do this." It's like you're trying to beat around the bush, that you're telling everybody that you're gonna be live and you want them to come watch you. So instead of saying that and make it sound like you're self-promoting, you could easily just say, "Hey, I gotta go. I'll see you later. Thank you for streaming, and I'll stop by another time." You're not self-promoting at that point, because it really irks me as a viewer when I'm watching somebody stream, because you can see in that streamer's face when they read that comment, you can see them. And you can see them, like, they lower, like, they lose that smile on their voice. They just say, "Okay, have fun," because they feel as though you're self-promoting. You're trying to get people to be like, "Oh, this guy's live. Maybe I should go check him out." And I'm telling you right now, nobody's going to check you out when you do that.
Yeah.
They're all just going to look at you and be like, "That's going to be a person I'm going to avoid, because I don't want somebody who's going to do that to somebody else."
And it's so much cooler to have somebody do this in the chat than have somebody come in and just say, "Hey, I'm a streamer." It's so much cooler when it's somebody goes, "Hey, I'm gonna shout you out," and I picked your name out of people watching me to shout you out.
Absolutely. Just being able to have the streamer, pick you personally and say, "Hey guys, go follow this person. They've been amazing. They're a great gamer. They're a great person." Myself, when I first started streaming, I didn't start streaming because I wanted to be a streamer. That was never my goal. I actually started streaming because I was playing games with streamers, and all of them were asking me if I streamed. If you have the viewers asking you who you are, where they can find you, because you've shown them that you have a personality, if they're
And
asking for you or the streamer is asking for you, that's better than you
Mm-hmm.
promoting yourself and maybe hoping somebody will be there.
and here's some work if you want to not be a if you kind of don't want to be a lazy person and you want to know if somebody streams. If I click on Dylon's name, I can go to his page. So there's no reason I have to ask in the chat. As a viewer, you shouldn't be asking another person in the chat if they're a streamer either. I still think that's not right. So if you want to know, click on their name, go to their page. They either have past VODs, clips, or you'll see that they have more than one follower. Then they're probably a streamer.
Right.
It's just that it's that easy.
I mean, even if I'm playing games with another streamer and I'm streaming at the same time, I'll mute myself when I talk to my chat, just because I don't want it to. It's such a touchy subject. I don't want the other streamer to think that I'm,
Yeah.
There has been some people who do that. They'll, shout themselves out talking to their chat while you're streaming, knowing that you're streaming, and it's very. It's a form of self promotion. It's
Right.
pretty fucking dirty.
That one can be a little bit hard though, Chef, because as myself, who is a PS4 streamer, I don't have, and I don't have the PC where I have the opportunity to be able to have two mics, like that. So I'm not able to mute myself in the game and just talk to my chat. There is a way for me to do that. There is a way to talk to chat without, anybody else hearing it. You have to go into the party, mute yourself in the party, and your chat can still hear you. But then I don't have the communication with my team that I would like to have.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not a button push.
That way, but I do get where you're coming from when you do bring that up. I think it's more of when I stream with other people. Even if I first met Chef, and me and Chef are playing games together, and he's already streaming, I ask him. I say, "Do you mind if I stream right now? Is it okay if I stream while you're streaming? Is that a problem?" I stream on PlayStation. If he says no, and I still want to stream, then it's as simple as saying, "Okay, I understand that, buddy. I don't want to step on any grounds that are not okay.
Deuce is about.
But I do want to stream, so I'm going to, have a different party to do that, so that I'm not affecting your stream or feel like that way."
Yeah.
So it just comes
100%.
around who you're playing with and getting that consent from both sides that are okay with it.
And again, it's not one of those things where if you're just talking to your stream, that's a different thing. But like when, again, if you're there's forms of self promotion while you're doing that. You could be shouting yourself out constantly over and over again.
And in regards to what you said, Raging, it's okay to type in your chat and not. But to me, if I come into a chat and you're typing to me and not talking to me, it's harder for me to want to stick around because I don't feel a connection when I'm talking to you over text.
Especially when I can hear you too.
Yeah, because then I still feel like you're ignoring me, even though you may not be. I still feel like you're ignoring me because you're not talking to me.
100%.
And like I said, it's why when you see, famous streamers like Shroud and all them streaming together, it's not like they just randomly meet each other and are like, oh snap, you're streaming right now? That's crazy. They've already communicated with each other and said, hey, I'm streaming just so you know. Are you comfortable with us streaming at the same time together? And if you have, a connection like me and Chef and Taser and stuff, we've all been friends for a very long time. So if I'm streaming and Chef's streaming at the same time, we usually don't have to communicate with each other because we know. We usually just say, hey, just so you know I'm streaming. And then it's simple as that, But you don't see me and Chef when we're playing together. You don't see me going, like how he had brought up earlier where he's like, by the way, guys, I'm doing this giveaway right now, so don't hesitate to follow and head over to my stream if you want to,
Yeah.
It's usually me talking to the chat being like, yo, Silent Killer, you want a hug? That's crazy, so do I.
So basically what Cashew just said.
Simple, that's like the easiest way.
So in regards to Dylon, that's about like testing the waters with a streamer. That's his personality. He's a support unit, so he is more apt to everybody that comes into his chat. He shouts out, but that's his choice as a content creator. That's the road he went down, was to be the supportive, to be the shout out type of content creator, opposed to because there's different kinds. There's that type of person. there's the gameplay matters kind of person, and then there's the I'm about themselves and their personal community type of person. So there's multiple different
Correct.
kind of streamers and different kind of roles. It's just that's the problem with Twitch. If you don't know people, you have to gauge what type of streamer they are.
Correct. And I mean that also comes down to the point of the thing is, especially like Lady Debbie said, me, Taser, Rocket, Cashew, Ark, we we're all super close to each other. So when we're streaming together, um, the people that are in Taser stream and the Debbie stream are probably the same people that are going to be in my stream later, or vice versa. We all know each other, so that's not a different thing. But if you're playing with new people, it's just one of those things where it's just a touchy subject because you don't know how people are going to react, and some people could take it very personally. But I mean, like, if I'm in Lady Debbie's stream, yeah, of course I'm going to be like, everybody, leave Lady Debbie. She's a bot. Come watch real good gameplay.
And they're all going to say, why would I do that? He's obviously better than Chef.
I have,
It's stuff like that.
I have very few qualms or like things that bother me in my personal chat. One of the big things that sets me off is when I might have a day, and I'm just bringing this up. Sorry, I have a day where I have a few, like 3 to 5 viewers, and then I'll have maybe a day where I hit, say, like 20 viewers. One of the biggest pet peeves of mine is when somebody comes into my chat and says, "Wow, you've got 20 viewers. I never get 20 viewers," or something like that. I've had it happen. I've had it happen so many times. It's like, have joy for me. For once this month, maybe I had 20 people come hang out, opposed to 3 to 5. So now you just ruined my mood for the 20 people that just came in. My whole mood's gone because you threw that mojo.
Don't expect people to shout you out just because you're playing with them. Like for instance, if me and Chef just met, and and I'm playing with him, and I let him know, and he lets me know that we're both streaming at the same time, I'm not gonna be mad if he doesn't shout me out, if he doesn't tell his stream, oh, by the way, Debbie's streaming right now, go check her out. I'm not gonna be mad at him. Don't expect them to shout you out. It is not required. Just because you're playing with somebody, that is not a reason for you to be like, wow, they don't care about me because they didn't shout me out. It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with them. You let them be the streamer that they are being, and you be the streamer that you are you. Just like Cashew said, just be yourself. Don't be anybody else. Don't worry about if he has 20 viewers that day. Don't worry about that. Worry about what you're doing with your community. If you decide to shout that person out and they don't shout you out back, that's them. That's all them. Don't be mad at them. Don't be frustrated that that's not what happened. Don't use other people to be better.
Yeah, 1v1. We're gonna 1v1 Debbie in The Sims.
Yo, 1v1 me in The Sims, and I guarantee you will lose. All right.
She'll probably kill her dog.
One of my characters right now has $2 million. Like, don't even start.
Oh, snap!
And I didn't even use cheats. I did that all on my own. Thank you.
She had to throw that one out. Why are you lying?
She
all right.
Up, down, AB sort stuff.
Absolutely.
Cashew, when he said that, he didn't mean like them saying, wow, you have 20 viewers. He meant it as, wow, you have 20 viewers. I never get that. It's when they start to bring up themselves, when they put that I in there. Is what he meant. Because, I mean, I'll go into there and be like, oh my God, Chef, you got 100 viewers today. Dude, this is amazing,
Yeah. It's all about context. Context is everything.
It's the exact words that were used.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I definitely understand what Taser says. I've had people do that. Come in there and be like, wow, I wish I would be able to have this many viewers. I never. It's like, whoa, bro. Like, fuck. Jesus, dampen my mood.
Rocket, that is something that has always bothered me as a person, and bothered me as a viewer. If you talk about your follow count, who unfollowed you, and who is following you, like, it's one thing to say thank you for following, but I've been in people's chats where I've been watching a streamer and they said, wow, blah, 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 unfollowed me. Okay, just don't bring that up. That's something you should do in the private. You should look at yourself. And personally, as a streamer, don't worry about who's unfollowed you. don't worry about any of that, because you're distracting yourself from being a better person, because now you put yourself in a mindset where you're like, 15 people unfollowed me today. Oh, I'm upset now. I've lost 15 people, instead of worrying about 15 people followed me today. 5 people followed me today. Don't worry about what you've lost. Yes, take it as a sense of, think about why they unfollowed you and what you can do better to make sure that you're keeping the same viewer count as you have, or follow count, but don't think about it as you've done something wrong. Don't think about it as, this is an ultimate disrespect section. Don't worry about the who or the really much of the why. Just be yourself and continue going. Don't let that bother you, and don't bring it up, especially if you're streaming with somebody else who is streaming. Don't bring up who unfollowed you.
Okay. Also, and just to start, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but we do have to start kind of wrapping up. So I want to ask if there's any more last minute kind of questions. We're at the 2-hour mark, so you got to ask if there's any more questions for anybody in here that before we get too much into a soapbox.
Right. I mean, it pretty much just comes down to, as Cassie said, just be yourself. Don't worry about the numbers. Worry about the chat. Worry about the people. Worry about what you can do to be a better streamer, how you can progress. Don't think that you're never doing anything wrong. There's always something you can improve on. There's always something that you can fix, whether you think so or not. There is always something that you can improve on. Always something you can fix. Just be yourself. That's really the ultimate.
Some of these questions. Let's see. Where am I here? Why am I so?
Beard?
No. I shave it a lot. Why is Taze so good looking? Maybe I'm born with it. Maybe it's methamphetamine. Are pineapples nuts? That's just a crazy question. And pineapples do not belong on pizza. Where are presents? I read that as where are peasants, and I'm right here. Or if you're sub to whoever you're watching, I don't know what that's in reference to.
Somebody had said,
oh, there are presets.
In another person's chat is disrespectful in a way. I think that's personal preference. I know a lot of streamers who are okay with.
Where was Ark's question?
Some of them who are not.
Oh, favorite games. What is your favorite game of all time?
What did Ark say?
He said, "What is your favorite game of all time?" Mine would have to be any Pokemon game that ever existed. I've had them all.
I love Pokemon.
I've had them all, so.
Gotta catch them all.
I haven't caught them all, but I would say Pokemon, hands down, favorite game.
Yeah, I've played every Pokemon game ever, so I'd have to say Pokemon too.
Yeah, that's the only thing with more than 10 games that I've played every game of. So yeah.
Pineapple on pizza?
No.
Gross.
I don't like pineapples, but I'm not against other people eating it.
No, I don't care what other people do.
I think it's fucking disgusting.
Do you pick excellence before you play Apex?
Every single day.
Every day?
It's true.
Every day. The first thing you gotta do is you wake up, I'm limousine riding, jet flying, just stealing, wheeling, dealing, and then I hop on Apex. That's what I do.
And I'll go with the color blue. Definitely the color blue. Also,
someone's going off or no?
It's also that time of night where we have to pick a non-affiliate to raid, or anybody. We don't have to limit it. Doesn't have to be a non-affiliate. Just kind of a preference.
So as we're kind of winding it down, guys, if you know anybody who is first, we'd like to look at the 6-4 community, but if you know anybody who is unaffiliated in the Discord and you would like to have us raid them, or even affiliated, it can depend. We try to go for those unaffiliated to show the support so that they can reach their average. But if you do know anybody, please comment their name in the chat, and so that we can give them a raid and get them going to help them out.
Oh, okay.
Beefy man, everybody's saying to raid my husband.
I was thinking the same thing when I saw it, but I'll let people vote.
I just realized he was streaming.
Yeah, I just saw it. I saw it too when I was looking for non-affiliates. He's
Sorry,
non-affiliate.
I don't really care about him too much. No, I'm just kidding.
Damn.
We've got another one. Universe Within is one thing, but we've got two for each. Debbie, you're married? I am married. Yes. happily married for 2 years.
To Beefy Man.
Sometimes.
That's his real name. That's not a Twitch
Beefy Man
name.
is actually on his birth certificate.
So we've got 3 for Universe Within.
Yes, we've got 3 for Universe Within. Like I said, if you guys know anybody, preferably in the Discord, who is not affiliated, we want to show those supports.
Kinky.
As we're getting this to wind down to Cash,
Straight, you are married.
Remember that time in Vegas?
Yeah, it's already happened.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, this is just it's already happened. So, are we good with Universe Within? Thumbs up, thumbs down.
I'm good with whoever everybody else is good with.
I'm married to my cat.
Silent, I'm the only important one.
Alright, I think we're gonna check out. Can somebody verify that Universe Within is actually online? Let's see.
And actually not affiliated as well, because
maybe?
They may say
Yes.
that they're not affiliated, but they do have a sub button sometimes.
I'm checking it right now. Still loading. Playing Modern Warfare 2. And they are live and non-affiliated.
Okay.
Alright, let's go.
Let's get this started. If you guys have any more questions, since we are winding down the stream, we do have a section. It says podcast questions you guys can ask. You can either ask it directly in that channel, or you can click the link, and there is a document that you can type in anonymously. It will not show up your name. It will only show up your question, so we will have no idea who said it. It could be a suggestion, anything you like, anything at all. Again, my name was Debbie, so I do appreciate you guys coming out. If you guys would like to, do the
Wait,
thing.
here we go. In Taster Tank, we're gonna head over there and get the hype ready. Pump up the hype for Universe Within. So let's get that started.
If you guys have the hype emote, please use the hype emote for the 6-4 Discord, as well as try to use the 6-4 emote if you guys have them, just so that we can try to get the 6-4 out there as much as possible to let them know that this is a 6-4 raid from the community.
All right. Have a good night, everybody. Catch you next week.